and then we will head on over there. Also, Paul, I think I forgot to schedule a short for today, so I'll do that in a minute. And he has indeed just gone live. So, chat, we're going to go over to Royal Flush. Come join us. Come have some fun. Come.
Good evening, 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 good evening. And welcome to Game Night. It is Saturday the 20th of June. It is just about 10 past 8 and it looks like I've broken the animator of the opening titles. Apologies that we didn't have the glorious, wonderful, dramatic pan of the pyramid at the beginning there. That is the way, unfortunately, it goes when I break stuff. I'm joined by HUD601. HUD601, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? It's so good to be back. Yes.
It's been a little while. It has been a hot minute. Speaking of hot, we are hot fresh from our endeavors over at your channel, and welcome on in everybody from that raid and everyone from the Game Night community as well. If you want to play our first of 2 games tonight, this is the Pyramid. You will need the Universal Controller, which you can go and get there, and you will need the room code right there. I'm seeing lots of people from both communities joining the game, so do pop yourselves in, and we will say more in just a moment. There is a Ted Cat. Hello, Tedo. Welcome to the stream, Tedo. Lovely to have you here. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening, SJ, Matt the Ref, JR, Stilgar, Green Day, Lewis, Alexander, FSV, XL Shallow, Clement, Ardenfetz, Harkoonen, Chezzy Berry, Orchid the Famoth, Huds, Heaven of Oddities, or Haven of Oddities, I beg your pardon, The Akoma, Xenon Slayer, AB Me, Rob Draven, Solo Andreda, Raider, repeat ad infinitum, Shadow Main, The Lupine One, Proogs, BC, Silver Electron, Oni, Vertigo, Ukulelis, Fluffy Bunny, Flyboy, Nando, Matt, Skenme, Colin, Shapes, Lexi, Benz J, Stimson's Angle, CBK, Silent Marie, Fallen Angel, 8 Mickey, John, Happy, Tim Man, Cornell Red, Andrew of Bob, Score Count, Dozy Line, Race Pro UK, The Blue Maverick, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are all most welcome to be here. Thank you and welcome to a very special edition of Game Night. Every year for the last 6 years, Huds and I have done this little conflab around about June, and Huds is going to tell us what it's all in aid of.
Yep, it is all in aid of a wonderful charity, my local Pride charity, Bristol Pride. They do fantastic work putting on the Pride Festival every year and the annual Pride Parade, one of the largest in the UK now as well, still going strong, thankfully. But they do work all year round on top of that, supporting LGBTQ plus people, doing a lot of work with local government and national government as well to further the rights of LGBTQ plus people, and especially with what's been happening with the erosion of trans rights recently across the UK. They're working really hard to try and restore those and to lobby the right people. They work with a lot of local businesses as well to make sure that they are inclusive and that they're treating everyone equally and that they've got the right policies in place to do that and to support LGBTQ plus people in the workplace, and so much more all year round. They do talks at schools. They support local LGBTQ plus people as well. If, for example, they've accidentally been kind of kicked out of home or they've had problems at home with their families when they've come out to them. Phenomenal amount of work that they do.
1 to 3 is performed earlier today from Timeline Now. Here's how to order. Also, Can he play Totino's?
Thank you, G. Eisens, for the 66-month subscription there. There's a lot of followers I need to go and thank as well. There's a hype train. Here's a message from our sponsor, the Lupine One.
GDQ Trans Pride.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the 71-month subscription right there. Just to let you know, the lobby is now full. I hadn't anticipated quite as many people either watching or playing, and this one is limited to 40. The next game is limited to 48. So if you've not managed to get into the lobby, do play along, and you can play along for just shout the answers at the screen, almost like a real TV show. Apologies if you've not been able to get in. This is something I need to do for these occasions, is apparently make the lobby a bit bigger. So Huds and I, earlier on, Huds did the classic Sonic remastered trilogy, and I played live music, which is why I'm at a slightly odd angle and why there's this weird bar at the edge of my green screen, because the desk is at a different height. The camera has got a room of about 4 pixels either side to get the hold of the green screen, and then the green screen is slightly further back to make room for the piano. So apologies for that slight technical grimace right there. But it's lovely to have you all here. Welcome Cola, Clive, G. Eisens, welcome to the stream. A lot of followers coming in from Huds' stream there. And Huds, thank you for that raid as well. But Laura Petal, Skenley, Ignoble, Hey It's Tash, Foxhound, Shanui, Snail Gamer, Miss Play Me, Jimmy P, Devin Sanity, The Sound of Defense, Dragona, Supersonic, Daniel Exactly, Lee JWK, and the Blue Maverick. Thank you, all of you, for the follows, and welcome on in. This is always a very special stream for me. It's been a whole day of it, really, or this afternoon, and set up, and Huds and I were teching last night and stuff, so it feels like normally it's the culmination of some weeks of prep, but this has all happened in the last 24 hours or so. Here's a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan.
Is Mr. Chips what he doing? He running really, really fast. Nice to see him doing a Sonic tribute.
Absolutely. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Puzzle Dan. So, for this evening, it is a fairly regular game night, except I've slightly tailored the questions to appeal to a mass audience. There are some Sonic-themed and video game-themed questions in here, and so if you are visiting from Huds' server, and if you followed, thank you for the follow. If you've not, feel free to, but no obligation to at all. Just enjoy the quiz. Just so you know, I do run adverts here, but I run adverts in between the games, so hopefully we won't have any more adverts now until the pyramid is concluded. I'll play some when we go for a break, so if you're not subbed, and there's no obligation for anybody to subscribe here, but if you're not subbed, you will see adverts, but we try to time them so that they don't interrupt the actual flow of the game. So hopefully we can get into some quiz. So I've written these questions tonight. Huds is going to be acting as my pointless friend, as he often does on these occasions, and he's got lots of extra information that he's going to give us. And his pointless friend, my pointless friend's pointless friend, is Teddo the cat, who's obviously just gone for a little sit somewhere else.
Get in the way.
Delty the Techie, Puzzle Down, welcome to the stream. Just a couple of things if you are visiting here, and a reminder if you are a regular here. Universal Controller, which of course you can't now use for this game because this game is full, but that's what you need to play the next game as well. Room code is on the screen. Quick and fast house rule: we do not Google or use LLMs or search engines or encyclopedias or anything else to otherwise cheat the quiz. You do it all from your own brain. It's the sort of thing where the pub quizmaster would come around and sees you on your phone, doesn't care if you're updating Instagram. It's just like you're going to lose 10 points for that quiz. So please don't cheat in the interest of keeping the game fair and balanced for everyone. We do really appreciate that. Solar Espion, welcome to the stream. If you're a first timer here, or indeed you are not familiar with PersephoneShare.com/on-demand, you can go and catch up with every episode of Game Night. We're currently in season 22, goes right the way back to season 1, way back in 2020. So do go check it out on demand. And one final thing is that if something amusing happens this evening, or somebody says something funny or something out of context that you think would make a really good episode title, you can suggest the raid message by typing into the chat, preceding your message with a hashtag. You can suggest up to 3, after which it won't log them anymore, and you'll get a little message saying give them a maximum of 3. At the end of the stream, I'm going to shortlist them, and I'm going to pick my favourite. The favourite message will get 250 pennies. That's our internal channel currency here. It will also be the episode title, the raid message, and it will be immortalised forever on the VOD with a bespoke thumbnail, which will be on the YouTube channel. So if something funny comes up, do type hashtag and then the funny into the chat, and it will log it as the raid message, and then at the end I will probably give that honour to Huds to pick the actual raid message. I've got a few coming in already. In fact, there were two that came in at the same time. My pointless friend, literally the same raid message came in at the same frame from two people. My advice is try and come up with a spin on it that is still funny to stand out to me. Epic Galley, welcome to the stream. So like I say, we've got the two games tonight. We've got the Pyramid now. We've got Apex a little bit later on. I do hope that you are ready for some quiz action. It's lovely to have you here, Huds. Anything you would like to add? Would you like to do a little quick plug before we get started?
Sorry, I'm very quickly catching up on some foodie bits. I'm just going to firstly post this into the chat.
Oh, yes,
if you
please
want to
plug
donate
the
to
link.
Bristol Pride,
Please
go to donate.hud601.co.uk. If you are donating, you are more than welcome to pick up some of the rewards that we have. We have brand new stickers for this year with a lovely cracked ice finish on them. You can get the Progress Pride, Trans Pride, Non-Binary Pride, or even the Disability Pride stickers with a lovely cracked ice finish. You can get your raffle ticket as we do a charity raffle every time that we do a fundraiser. Loads and loads of prizes. And I think there's like 16 or 17 prizes in there this time round. And then on top of that, while we have run out of the Progress Pride pins, we do still have some of the Trans Pride pins available as well, so you can pick those up with your donations. Every little helps. It all goes to a wonderful cause. We're at £3,368 raised out of our £5,000 target, so if you're able to support and you would like to, head on over to donate.hud601.co.uk and drop some cash there. It would be massively appreciated. Thank you.
And thank you to JR for pinning that. So yeah, from my side, my community, if you've not seen that link, if you are in a position to support and you would like to, then please do head on over there. And I know Huds is donating all of his Twitch bits and subs and donations from this month. So it's $3,500 in 20 days is commendable, but it'd be really nice to hit that target. So if you are in a position to do so, then please do head on over there and drop a donation. We are going to get on with the quiz for now. I think I've covered everything. New friends from Huds' community, if you get stuck or lost at any point, do ask a moderator for help. They'll be on hand to help you out. But you're all very, very welcome here. It's lovely to have you over, and to our regular crowd as well. Thank you for coming back and for supporting this Club 601 game night collaboration. We're in for a lovely evening of quiz, and we're starting with this, the Pyramid. So thank you very much to Lewis for proofing my questions and to Huds for reading my notes. Let's lock the lobby and I'll give you a quick overview of the rules. So, you need to earn a place on the pyramid by answering a question correctly in the fastest time. Only players in the light can earn a place, and for the record, the orange straps, the orange colour that your little name strap is at the moment, that qualifies as in the light. If it goes to dark grey, it means you're in the shadows. If you get a question wrong, you will be sent into the shadows, but you can return to the light by answering a subsequent question correctly. Players on the pyramid can still lose their place if they answer incorrectly or abstain on 2 consecutive questions. And the players with the more correct answers are given an advantage in the final. So you can't just get onto the pyramid and then rest on your laurels. You've got to stay active throughout the game. Any vacant spaces on the pyramid will be filled by another player. Priority will be given to those in the light who've answered the most questions correctly in the fastest time. What that basically means is even if you don't get any of the fastest answers in, you can still get onto the pyramid by being consistent. After we've had 10 questions, the players on the pyramid will go through to the final. Long and short of it is, it's simple form questions and answer. Be as quick as you can to get the correct answer. There is very much a theme running through the first round, and there is a different theme running through the second round. Huds, you are familiar with this theme because I thought this was a suitable game given everything you've been doing since Januai.
Oh, God. It's still going. Why
do you have
did you
regrets
pick the pyramid?
Well,
do I have regrets? No.
No regrets?
No regrets. I made my bed. I'll lie in it.
Well, we're going to steer very much into that skid as we play the pyramid tonight. Good luck to you all. There's a couple of little tweaks on the Unicorn. I'm hoping everything works. There should now be a countdown before the first question. So, fastest correct answer will take up that first tile on the pyramid. You're answering on your devices, not into chat. Fingers on buzzers. Let's take a look at our first question. A pyramid features quite prominently in Sandopolis Zone, a level from the 4th major installment of which video game franchise? I wonder what it could possibly be. Let's light you up if you played. one or two people just having a little abstention here. Most people attempting it. There were 35 people attempted. I can tell you the correct answer was Sonic the Hedgehog. Unsurprisingly. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, nice, easy start to this. So Sandopolis Zone appeared actually in the Sonic and Knuckles half. You may remember this was the first game to feature lock-on technology. In fact, the only game to feature it, where you could buy the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge and the Sonic 3 cartridge and lock them together to become the full game of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Technically, it is the 4th installment because Sonic and Knuckles was released after Sonic 3, but a lot of people, depending on how you're counting them, may call it the 3rd installment. Either way, it's still Sonic.
That is, for the record, chat, that is not what I wrote in my notes. Huds has gone rogue. He's gone off script.
I am not reading the first 3 words.
The first 3 words of the notes are, Huds loves Sando. But yes, one for the Academy as to whether it's the 3rd or the 4th game. But the answer was Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic, some variation on that. If you gave me Sonic, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. Just a couple of wrong answers here. Stimson going for Mario. I don't know if that's just for a lull. Akoma's gone for 3. Well, it was Sonic 3. You have got to RTFQ. Read the flipping question because we were after the name of the franchise, not the number. So I'm afraid for you two, you are off to the shadows. Get me a question right, though, you can come back to the light. So, out of the 33 players who are eligible to qualify, let's find out who is fastest. It's Clive of Legend, getting it right in 1.82 seconds. Clive, you're onto the pyramid. Let's see if you can hang on to that space. And Huds, I've just boosted the Discord volume, so hopefully if you were quiet, hopefully you're now a little bit louder, if chat can confirm. If I put you up to 95, same as me, hopefully that'll all be well. Right, well done, Clive. Let's move on to our next question. Huds has gotten very familiar with Sando recently. One of the largest global concentrations of sand is which African desert, the largest hot desert in the world? And let's light you up if you played. 39 players attempting this, just the one abstention here, and I can tell you that the correct answer is the Sahara Desert. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, very famous desert, but believe it or not, actually eclipsed by the Antarctic and Arctic deserts. Yes, they are actually classed as deserts, although they feature considerably less sand than the Sahara. A little bit chilly as well.
Yes, cold deserts, they are actual things. The exact definition of a desert is not limited to stuff with sand. If you gave me desert or Sahara Desert or some variation thereon, and I want that poster, we'll light you green. If not, we're going to light you red. Now, there were a couple of wrong answers here, but I think they're what we call phonetically plausible. But that is just wrong, Stimson's angle, I'm afraid. Gobi is not the right answer. Chesy, yes, that's phonetically plausible. We'll have that. As is that Savlo. Ben, did you mean to write Sahara? I'll take you at your word here. Your typo was too bad. Did you mean to go for Sahara? I'll take you at your word, Ben, if you meant to. Are you're gonna take a hit to the shadows, Stimson? That is just wrong. I did, but do not accept. That's very gallant of you, Ben. We are going to send you to the shadows, and we're going to keep Stimpson's angle in the shadows because, as Stimpson remarked, that was just wrong. We do need to bring some players back to the light. Akoma, you got it right. Come back to the light, but you can't qualify on this question. But you are back in the light, ready for the next one. So, 35 players are eligible to qualify. Let's see who was fastest. It's AB Me, getting it right in 3.19 seconds. Total response time of 6.77 and 2 correct answers so far. Very well done, AB Me. Clive, no drama for you, staying on the pyramid. That's 2 spots taken. Let's fill a third. Fingers on devices, everybody. Here is question number 3. The singular form of a word in the title of a 2014 MCU film starring Chris Pratt. What is the name of the Act 1 boss in Sandopolis Zone?
What a great question.
I thought so. Not as many playing it. And I will stress at this point, you are not obligated to play. So if you see the question and you think, I'm not sure, if you abstain, you won't be sent to the shadows. But if you get it wrong, you will be sent to the shadows. So if you've got no idea, you might just want to sit it as I'll wait for the next question and try and get through on that one. So that having been said, yes, you can press enter instead of pressing submit, Xenon. That might save you a couple of seconds. If you played that, let's light you up. Not as many. Definitely not as many that time. Just 15 players attempting it. Now, this question was worded in such a way because you could potentially have various answers for the second part of the question, but the first half nails it down, and the answer we were after was The Guardian. Hud, tell us more.
Yes, the Guardian. It is the stone golem that protects the Angel Island pyramid that you see rise out of the sand at the end of Sandopolis Act 1 that you then go into for Sandopolis Act 2. The film in question, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. It was the fourth film of Phase 2 of the MCU, 10th film by release.
Thank you very much. Oh, he's done some research. He's good, isn't he? I didn't tell him that. He's done some extra research. Well, if you gave me Guardian or The Guardian or Guardians, we were generous in that respect, you're going to go green. If not, I'm afraid you're going to go red. So, a couple of wrong answers coming in here from Clive. Gardain. That's what we call phonetically plausible. You can have that. Golem, though, now you might think he is the Golem, but that doesn't fulfill the first half of the question raised through, so you can't have that. Avenger, I would love if the Act 1 boss was just called the Avenger. Wouldn't that be great? Boulder, again, doesn't fulfill the first half of the question, and Golem from Solo as well, I'm afraid. It's got to fulfill both halves, and for those 4 wrong answers, you're off to the shadows. Keep playing, though, because you could come back to the light. Speaking of, Ben and Stimson have got that one right. From the shadows, come back to the light. But you can't qualify on this question, which means 8 are eligible to qualify. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! Hooray! Including Clive, who would be the 9th player to get it right, but he's already there, so he's not eligible to qualify, because he's already qualified. Hey! So, 8 players eligible to qualify. JR, Lexi, Green Day, Matt, Fetzapodo, Silver Electron, and Xenon Slayer. I'm saying this because I've got new logs that tell me the exact numbers, which I didn't have before, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad they're working, so that's why I'm counting and stuff. Who of these 8 was the fastest to get that question right? Let's find out. It was Alexi getting it right in 7.37 seconds. 2 out of 3 correct answers so far. Total response time of 12.96 seconds. Welcome to the pyramid, Alexi. Don't forget, you can lose that space if you give me a wrong answer, so abstention can be a valid strategy if you don't want to lose your place. And of course, if you give me 2 abstentions in a row on the pyramid, you will also lose your place, so bear that in mind. Xanon, welcome to the stream. Let's bring everybody back and let's go to our next question, the final one of this first row. Take a look at this. Which heavy metal band had a 1991 hit single with Enter Sandman? And that's time up. Light you up if you played. 31 attempting this, so 3/4 of the field having a go. And I'm hoping that you gave me the correct answer of Metallica. Natter, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, this lobby is full, so you won't be able to join in on this one, but stick around because we've got Apex coming up. And Iridisu, welcome to the stream. Great to have you along with us. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. Nice to see you here, actually. Right. Metallica was the answer. Hudson's going to tell us more about Metallica.
Yeah, so you've just written Off to Never Never Land, but I've had a little look. Interesting fact for you about Metallica. They formed Los Angeles in 1981, which means this year they're celebrating 45 years together.
No, my God.
Can you believe it?
That's 7.5 years older than me. That's insane.
Yeah.
Madness. No, you know what? I can believe that. There's other bands have been around, bands that I listened to as a teenager, of which Metallica were one. You know, they've been around since the the late 70s. So, yeah, good for them. I'm glad they're still going strong. Good. I'm glad they're still getting work. It's
they're
nice
actually playing the London Stadium on July the 3rd as well.
Are they really?
Yeah, then a couple of weeks they'll be in London.
Nice. Nato, welcome to the stream formally. Yeah, they do Glastonbury. Not Glastonbury. They did Download. They were at Download a couple of weeks ago, weren't they? My line manager went to Download. And they got Ramesh Ranganathan and Rob Beckett on the stage to go up and sing "Off to Never Neverland," just like that. Now, if you gave me Metallica, you are going to... Their music when you were a teenager. That's very funny, Clive. That's very funny indeed. Where's the button? Very good. If you gave me Metallica, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. Now, we have got some phonetically plausible answers and some typos. Nando giving us Nirvana. That's the other one. Or one of the other ones. Matt the Sprat misplacing the T's and the L's and with a bracket on the end, but that's phonetically plausible. You can definitely have that. Stimson going for Iron Maiden. They were my definite go-to band. I loved Iron Maiden, but unfortunately not the one. Shikari from Fallen Angel, Led Zeppelin from the Blue Maverick, and from the Ukulelist, Megallica. I mean, the G and the T are next to each other on the keyboard. Go on, I'll let you have that ukulelist, Megallica. So, for the players who were wrong, Stimson, Nando, Fallen, and the Blue Maverick, I'm afraid you have to go to the shadows. Now, any players who were previously wrong in the dark, you can come back to the light with the correct answer. So welcome back, Race Pro, Fluffy, Orchid, and Solo. But you can't qualify on this question. Get the next one right, and you could be in with a chance. 21 players are eligible to qualify. Let's see, out of these 21, who was the fastest? Of course it's JR. I would have been disappointed if it were anyone else, given JR's penchant for heavy metal. 2.88 seconds. 4 out of 4 in 23.43 seconds. Very well done, JR, and welcome to the pyramid. I can tell you that Nando was actually faster, but if you're faster with the wrong answer, it doesn't count for much, regrettably. And I should press another button there.
What a shame.
What a shame. Welcome on in, Kathar, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. 4 players on the pyramid. Let's end that question. Clive, you have got the red border of peril, which means if you abstain on this question, you will lose your spot on the pyramid. So Clive is definitely going to give us an answer. AB, me, Alexi, JR, abstain if you like, if you've got no idea. But Clive, you've definitely got to give me an answer. For everyone else, let's take a look at question number 5. And I will add, in this community, if it's a question about a real person, surnames on their own are acceptable unless it's something like Serena Williams. And normally the question will specify, just in case that comes up at any future point in this particular pack. I just thought I'd let you know in case you're trying to type more words than you necessarily need to in a speed-based quiz. Okay? Okay. Foreshadowing. Here's question 5. Which actress played the role of Sandy Olsen in the 1978 film adaptation of the musical Grease? It would be funny if that were the case, Clive. I haven't got that much foresight. Right? Remember, we've got new people here, and I need to tell them about the house rules as we go. Light you up if you played. 22, just over half of the players having a go at this one, and hopefully you gave me the answer. Olivia Newton-John, or some variation thereupon. I will also add, if you give me just the first name, that is incorrect. You have to, if it's a fictional character, very often we do accept just the first name, but for real people, surname will on its own will suffice, but not forename. If you gave me Olivia Newton-John, in fact, no, Huds is going to tell us all about Olivia Newton-John.
All about Olivia Newton-John, yeah, sadly passed away in 2022, but I am pleased to say that before she did, she had a fantastic role in the critically acclaimed film Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. She truly is the one that we want.
Oh, very good. You need to come and write some questions, or at the very least write some host notes after stuff. That was very, very good indeed. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John, who played Sandy Olsen in Grease, and if you gave me Olivia Newton-John, or Newton-John, with or without a hyphen, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. Everyone who played it getting it right, apart from Fallen, who has gone for Olivia. Yeah, again, we needed the surname. The first name on its own will not suffice, unfortunately. So you're going to stay in the shadows, Fallen, but still plenty of time to get out of there. Why don't we send you back there? Ah, you ran out of time, Paddler. So you typed Olivia. I'll just type Olivia and hope it works. We got to bring Nando and Blue Maverick back into the lights. Come back to us, but you cannot qualify on this question. 17 are eligible to qualify here. Let's find out who was fastest. It was Green Day, 4.27 seconds. Well done, Green Day. 5 out of 5 so far. Total response time, 32.95 seconds. That's an average of 6 and a bit seconds per answer, which is jolly quick. And you've gotten yourself a space on the pyramid. Very well done. Now, we've got 2 red borders of doom here, AP, me, and JR. You must give me an answer to this question. An abstention will be treated as a wrong answer, and you will lose your place on the pyramid, and you'll be ineligible to get back onto it on the next question. So do give me something, even if you've got no idea. We're halfway through. Let's take a look at question number 6. There is a lot of subtle information in this question. I encourage you to pick it apart and come up with the best answer you can. Here it is. The village of Sand, near to the town of Chur, in the canton Graubünden, can be found in which country? And let's light you up if you played. PC regrets his decision. More attempting that than I thought would. 25 having a go at this one. So Village of Sand on its own doesn't mean much. It's very, very small. Not many people have heard of it. But Town of Chur might give you more ins, and the fact that this country uses cantons to subdivide its regions might give you an extra clue. Maybe the umlaut over the U led some of you astray, but I'm hoping you gave me the answer. Switzerland. Huds, to you.
Yes, it is one of 26 cantons, or member states, if you like, of the Swiss Confederation. A very, very small kind of neighborhood, about an altitude of 600 meters above sea level. And the one thing that really stands out about it is its crematorium, of all things. They also offer guided tours of their small-scale power plant.
I love the Swiss. They're just so disgustingly efficient and brilliant at everything. Good at tennis. Roger Federer. Oh, I love Roger Federer. Those are the days. Federer and Nadal, every final for about 10 years. The tennis is coming. I quite like the tennis. Do you like the tennis, Hubs?
I'm fond of tennis. Usually only Wimbledon I watch, though.
I do religious. I took a week off work last year and basically spent the whole week just watching Wimbledon. It was amazing. Anyway, if you gave me Switzerland, you're going to go green. Or Swiss or Schweiz, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. There were a few players who fell into our little heffalump trap, drawn astray by the umlaut. Everyone who gave me a wrong answer gave me the answer of Germany, certainly in the main game. There was one answer of Sweden in the background, in the Shadows game, which is also wrong. So unfortunately, Germany and Sweden are not going to cut it, and we have to send you all to the Shadows. Oh, and JR, you've lost position. Watch him dissolve. He's gone. He's gone. JR giving us a wrong answer from the place of the pyramid, which means we are going to get 2 people onto the pyramid after this question. Very, very exciting. Except for JR. It's not exciting for him. Let's find out who was fastest out of the correct answers there. There are 12 people eligible to qualify, and the fastest player was... It was the Lupine 1. 4.45 seconds. 5 out of 6 questions correct in 23.19 seconds. That's bloody quick, Lupine. Very well done indeed. If you give me a wrong answer, by the way, it doesn't add to your accumulated time. You probably worked that out because it does say on the device. Now, we have got the small matter of an empty tile on the pyramid. Now, this is where consistency can help over speed, because at this point, anyone who is in the light is eligible to repopulate the pyramid. JR is not only in the shadows, he's also got a red dot next to his name because he got that one wrong, so he's super ineligible. But anyone in the light is potentially going to take that spot on the bottom row. And we're going to, the player who's given the most correct answers out of 6 in the fastest time will take that spot. Let's find out who it is. It's Fluffy Bunny with 5 out of 6 in 32.19 43.43 seconds. I can tell you that there are 2 players who have also got 5 correct out of 6, both of them in 33.83 seconds. So, Fluffy, you've got your place on the pyramid by 1.4 seconds, beating 2 people to that punch mark. But very well done. Welcome to the pyramid, Fluffy, and that is the way you can get onto the pyramid, even if you're not the fastest. If you're consistent, you can find a way on. We have got 6 players on the pyramid. We need 4 more. Glenn Topher, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Let's load up question number 7 and see what we've got here. Sand is coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. This is according to which character in 2002's Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones? Follow Rose, thank you very much for that follow. Let's light you up if you played. Quite a few attempting this, 27 in total, and I'm hoping... Now, this is one where it's a fictional character, so I accept the first name, so I haven't accepted the surname. However, and I think I deliberately omitted the surname because there are multiple characters with the surname in the universe in question, and I think I'm going to stand by that decision. I think I am. I'm going to stand by...
Here's what I'd say. If it's just the surname, it's not the character I would associate with it.
This is good logic, and I'm steering into that skid. What will be revealed? The correct answer was Anakin Skywalker. We did accept Anakin or Darth Vader or Vader. We did not on its own accept Skywalker because there is another major protagonist in that film series with that surname. Hud, tell us more.
Yeah, so Anakin Skywalker, played, of course, by Hayden Christensen as well. I just want to say, these are Royal Flush's words, not mine. It is one of the worst lines in movie history. Came out in 2002. Fun fact about Hayden Christensen, he actually bought a farm near Uxbridge, Ontario in 2007.
Oh, what a nice guy. I feel like, because he was in some sort of low-budget stuff, and then he came back to do the Disney Plus TV shows, and yeah, he seems like a good guy. He did his best with the dialogue that was given to him, to be fair.
There's only so much you can do with it, right?
I mean, it helps he looks like a J.C. Penney model, or he certainly did in 2002. Also, Anakin hates Sando, unlike Hud's.
God damn it.
If you gave me Anakin Skywalker, you're going to go green. If not, you are going to go red. Yes, we have got some wrong answers in here. We've got Skywalker, Han Solo, Luke, Skywalker, and Skywalker. I'm standing by my judgment, and I'm going to say Skywalker is not enough to get belt and braces on this question. It's quite specific. We want Anakin Skywalker, not his son, who came out in the originals, Luke Skywalker. So I'm afraid, for all the wrong answers there, you're off to the shadows, including Clive, who's going to lose a place on the pyramid. Bye-bye. So, 13 eligible to qualify at the moment. We need to bring a few players back to the light. Dozy, Silver Electron, Ben, and Stimson's Angle. Come back to the light, but don't qualify now. We've got 13 players eligible to qualify, including 2 players, not including 2 players on the pyramid who got it right, Lexi and Green Day. In fact, Green Day was actually the fastest player to get that question correct. Didn't need to play it, of course, being on the pyramid, but let's reveal out of those 13 who was the fastest. It's Happy, 4.20 seconds, nice. 6 out of 7, 47.63 seconds in total. Welcome to the pyramid, Happy, and blaze it indeed. 4.20 seconds exactly. You've got yourself a spot on the pyramid, very well done. However, we've got an empty spot because Clive decided to dive off. So, anybody in the light, the player with the most correct answers in the fastest time out of 7, is going to take that number 1 tile. There are 23 eligible. Let's find out who is coming to the pyramid. Matt the Sprat, you've got it! 6 out of 7 correct answers. 40.92 seconds your total answer time. It is your first appearance on the pyramid. Welcome on in. Let's see if you can stay on the pyramid. Are we spoiling Star Wars in chat?
Apparently so.
I feel like a film that is
24 years old.
50 years old. Well, 1980 was Empire, which is when the spoiler happened.
Oh, true.
46 years old. I feel like it's not really a spoiler anymore. That's my line. I'm going to stick to it. Right. 3 more questions, but this is very interesting because Lupine, AB Me, and Fluffy have all got the red border of peril, which means they cannot abstain on this question or they will lose their spot. We've got 1 spot that's going to be given out on tile number 8, and potentially some more spots if players on the pyramid either get them wrong or if 3 of them abstain. Let's see what you make of this question, and I can tell you in advance, the symbol will be incorrect. You must give me a full name. It's put in the question as well. You'll see what I mean when the question comes live. I just want to preface that in advance. And captions are on in case anyone is watching muted. You must give me the full name. Here is the question. Have a little think. Name the element. Which element's chemical symbol can be made by using 2 consecutive letters in the word sand? If you name the symbol, it will be wrong. And I can tell you, with some confidence, this is the hardest question, not just of the game, but probably of the entire night. I ummed and ahed about that when I wrote it, thinking that's probably a bit tough for the regular crowd, right, before we've invited in guests as well. But I can, let's first of all light you up if you played. Not many, just 8 players attempting this question, and hopefully you gave me the correct answer. Neodymium. Huds is going to tell us why.
Yeah, neodymium, atomic number 60, SA and AN aren't valid elements, so it's the ND which gives you neodymium. Probably most commonly known as neodymium magnets. When they are alloyed with iron and boron, you get one of the strongest commercially available permanent magnets that you can buy. But also, interestingly, has very interesting, unique optical properties. If you add it to glass, it actually absorbs certain wavelengths of light, and you get this delicate violet or like wine red hue. You're probably most familiar with it from welding masks and the thing that they look through there because it absorbs the bright light from welding.
Thank you very much for the extra information that I did not provide you with. He's good, isn't he? He's such a pro. But yes, the key factor there, SA and AN, which are the only other 2 consecutive letters in the word sand, are not elements. The only one that is ND, which gives you neodymium. And if you gave me that, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. Ooh, it's a saucy question because everyone who attempted has gone wrong. I mean, Simpson Angle slightly hedging their bets here, going for ampersand, which is the answer to a different question, but not this one. Antimony, sodium, Na, and antimony, all the wrong answers there. Antimony, the chemical, I think it's An. I'm just going to double check that. Antimony, the chemical symbol is SB. I'm miles off. My high school chemistry is long behind me. SB is antimony, which you can't get from consecutive letters, or indeed any letters in sand. So I'm afraid, for all those players, it's off to the shadows, and AB Me, Lupine, and Fluffy. AB Me with the wrong answer, Lupine and Fluffy with the abstention. You're going to lose place. Oh, well, this is interesting. No one is eligible to qualify for that first tile, and we've got 3 empty spaces. So let's prep the pyramid for repopulation. Only those in the light can get back. 18 of you are eligible to qualify, and as before, we're going to repopulate you based you on total correct answers in the fastest time. Let's have a look. Who is coming back or onto, for the first time, the pyramid? Let's have a look. We've got Fetz. We've got Apodo. We've got Rob Draven. And we've got Andrew of Bob. Welcome to the pyramid. It's shaking up a bit now. We've got a mix of communities up on the pyramid. And I can tell you the stats. Ardenfet with 6 out of 8 correct answers in 50.15 seconds. Apodo with 5 out of 8 in 33.83. Rob Draven with 5 out of 8 in 39.78. And Andrew of Bob with 5 out of 8 in 54.37 seconds. They were all the players who were in the light and eligible to qualify there. Welcome to the pyramid. And we've only got 2 questions left in this opening round to grab a space. We've got a lot of red on the pyramid. Matt, Green Day, Lexi, and Happy. You are all red at the moment. You must attempt this question if you wish to stay on the pyramid. Let's take a look at question number 9. See what you make of this. Thank you, buddy. Which 2003 action-adventure video game had the subtitle The Sands of Time? And forgive me for eating, but typically when I have long extended streams, charity streams, or I'm doing multiple things in one day, I'll try and bake in a break to have some food. I did indeed bake in a break, but my girlfriend, who very kindly offered to cook me dinner, she's been working so ridiculously hard at the moment. I came out at 7:30, so we'll have food ready for 7:30 to find her asleep on the sofa, bless her. She said she was really, really distressed about it. I said, please don't worry about it. And she offered to bring me food midway through the game, which is exactly what she's done. So I've got a plate of homemade chicken nuggets. So forgive me while I eat, but I'm hungry. I played 10,000 billion notes earlier on. Anyway. Are you alright, Huds?
Yeah, no, I am all good.
You've gone very serious. I thought you might fill the void while I fill my mouth with protein. Get down, Dexter. None of it's for you.
I can fill the void once you reveal the answer.
Indeed, I can. First of all, though, I've got to reveal who played.
Oh, yes.
So quite a few giving this a go. 30 players attempting this question, and I'm hoping you gave me the correct answer of Prince of Persia. Huds, over to you.
Yep, so Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time came out in 2003 after a message from our sponsor.
Feed stream doggo.
He's not having any of my chicken. Thank you for the 100 bits, though, Cat. I might show him in a bit when there is less poultry available to be stolen. But for now, he's just sitting staring at my plate at my feet. As you were, Huds.
As I was. So yes, Prince of Persia Sands of Time came out in 2003 on PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, Windows, and Game Boy Advance. It is a reboot of the original Prince of Persia series, which started all the way back in 1989. That original game in 1989 came out on all consoles, or not even a console really, if you consider it, the Apple II computer. You may also like to know that The Sands of Time was also made into a film that came out in 2010. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal. It's average.
It's fine. It's not awful.
It's fine. It made some money. It's also got Ben Kingsley in it, so I've just found out as well.
Ben Kingsley's in everything.
He really is.
He just loves working. He's such a great actor as well. Good stuff. 1989, also the year Huds was born, we discovered earlier on.
Yeah, actually came out 13 days before I was born.
Nice. Too many carrots. Sooty Cat, welcome both of you to the stream. If you gave me Prince of Persia or The Prince of Persia, you will go green. If not, you're going to go red. That's a much more positive question. Just one wrong answer from Saulo there. Already in the shadows, going for Legend of Zelda. Unfortunately, Saulo, you have to stay in the shadows. We've got a few people, though, who are in the shadows getting it right, who need to come back to the light. Come back to us. But unfortunately, ineligible to qualify on this question. But 9 of you are Vertigo Cola, SJ Shadowmain, Dozy Lion, FSV, Race Pro, Chezzy, and Ben. Out of you 9, who was fastest? Let's find out. Shadowmain, welcome to the pyramid. First time on here. 3.92 seconds to get that correct answer. Just 4 out of 9, but it's enough to get you onto the pyramid. 20.01 seconds total response time. Very well done, and welcome to the pyramid. No spaces to repopulate this time. Get down, dog. And none of our players are bound by this final question. None of our players on the pyramid. So if you're on the pyramid and you don't know this, you can abstain and book your place in the final. But remember, the more questions you've got, the better your odds are going to be in the final. Let's take a look at question number 10. From 2014 to 2019, Sandy Togsvig hosted which Channel 4 quiz show following in the footsteps of William G. Stewart from 1988 to 2003? Light you up if you played. A lot of people say, I got baited. There's one answer I need to condone here. I can tell you the correct answer was 15-1. Do you remember this show, Huds?
I do remember this show. I remember it very well. I loved this show.
I associate it with sick days from school, being home from school and watching at 3 o'clock on Channel 4 with William G. Stewart and loving it, and never knowing any of the answers.
There's two things that always stood out to me of this. One was the lives mechanism with like the green neon tubes that they used to have in front of them. The other was that he would read off question cards, but you know how when people normally have cue cards and they're kind of landscape, his question cards were always portrait, which I always thought was a bit weird. But I've got some interesting facts about this for you as well, because I know how much your community love their numbers and love their stats. So, the original series of 15-1, presented by William G. Stewart, ran from the 11th of January 1988 to the 19th of December 2003, a total of 15 years and 342 days. It ran for 2,265 episodes across 35 seasons, and over that time, they asked almost 350,000 questions to 33,975 contestants. The revival, hosted by Sandy Toksvig, ran from the 5th of April 2014 to the 28th of June 2019, a total of 5 years and 84 days. She did 370 episodes over 10 seasons in that one. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats on how many questions or contestants were on it. But sadly, there's not been any more since 2019, so the revival didn't really last.
Well, 4 or 5 years is a pretty good run for revivals in this day and age of television. I often wonder how many questions I've asked over the last 7 years of Game Night. If anyone wants to do some research, let me know. Send me a DM.
Oh no!
If you gave me 15-1, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. Where are you, Proogs? You're the one I can condone. Where actually are you? I can't see you. I'm sure. Oh, there you are, Proogs. Yes, 15-1. Yes. That's fine. Probably should have been. I think we had 15-2-1, but close enough. Everyone else giving a wrong answer, going for QI, baited by the Sandy Togsvig question. There, she still hosts QI. There was one other wrong answer. There was a bake-off, and there was a mastermind, both of which were incorrect. So I'm afraid if you're wrong, it's off to the shadows. And we need to bring AB, me, and Colin and Fluffy back to the light. Which means there are 13 players eligible to qualify. Out of these 13, who was the fastest, taking the 10th and final slot on the pyramid? We've come full circle. Clive of Legend battles his way back onto the pyramid. Second appearance on the pyramid. 2.29 seconds. A total of 7 correct answers out of 10. In 40.7 seconds total response time. So Clive was the first onto the pyramid. He lost his spot and then he's got it back at the end of question 10. He's going to go and watch episode 2, Attack of the Clones now, so that he doesn't make the Anakin mistake again. Oh, very delicious. Oh, the dog's gone to sleep. Now he's a foot rest. What fun. Okay, forgive me, Clive. Forgive me. Right, that is the end of question 10. And it is also the end of the main round. So if you're in the shadows or in the light but not on the pyramid, I'm afraid you cannot get to the pyramid at this point, but do keep answering the questions because they're all worth pennies, which are, again, our internal channel currency, and also quiz is fun in general. But we have got 10 players who are going through to the pyramid final. These are really good. Oh, enough of them. I was leaving the plate on my work keyboard. I'm sure that's fine. Now, Clive, Lexi, Green Day, Matt, Shadowmain, Andrew of Bob, Happy, Fetz, Rob D. Raven, and Apodo Nuevo. You are all in the pyramid final, and here is how it works. Players on the pyramid will now face another 9 questions. After each question, if at least one player answered incorrectly or abstained, then everyone who was correct will be safe. The player with the lowest score so far who is not safe will be eliminated. If all players are correct, the slowest player to answer that question will be eliminated. The last player who remains on the pyramid is declared the winner. So this is a game of countback. If you get the question that is shown to you, if you get that correct, then you are safe for that question unless everyone on the pyramid gets it right. Okay? If you get it wrong, then it's the person who will be eliminated will be the person with the lowest number of questions in total, which is why I was encouraging you to answer questions even when you got to the pyramid. What I will say about the repopulation of the pyramid, because you'll be cleared and repopulated every question, it won't necessarily show the order you are currently in. It will only show the correct players first and the incorrect players second. It won't put you in order, so you'll never quite know how far behind or ahead of other players you are. It keeps it a bit of a mystery right until the end. So, here we go. Let's take a look at our first question of the final, and a new theme emerging. Take a look at this. Walk upon England's mountains green and shine forth upon our clouded hills are lines from which patriotic English hymn? I will warn you, actually, I should have added this to the notes and didn't. Abstention is treated as wrong on this one. Sorry, that's my bad. Should have mentioned that before. I thought I'd put it into the rules. Yeah, abstention on this is wrong because there's no choose to play or not. If you're in the final, you've got to play. The correct answer... And did those feet in ancient time... Huds, tell us more about Jerusalem.
Yeah, so words by William Blake, music by Charles Hubert Hastings Parry. It's from a collection of writings known as the Prophetic Books. Date of 1804 on the title page, probably when the plates were begun, but the poem was actually printed circa 1808. And as we so lovingly heard there, so beautifully heard, yes, the poem goes, and did those feet in ancient time walk upon England's mountains green, and was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? And did the countenance divine shine forth upon our clouded hills? And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic mills? Bring me my bow of burning gold. Go on. Oh, bring me my bow of burning gold. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, O clouds unfold. Bring me my chariot of fire. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land.
I mean, there's much to be said for something which is the unofficial English national anthem. It's a hymn that starts with 4 questions, and the answer to 3 of them is definitively no. And did those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains green? No. And was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen? No. And did the countenance divine shine forth upon these clouded hills? We can't really know, because that's biblical. And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic wills? Categorically no. It's just, it's, yeah. But, I mean, it's such a great piece of music. I think I forgot the piano live. I might be...
Zenon has summed it up perfectly. 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
1 out of 4 ain't bad. No, we can take that. We can take 1 out of 4. Anyway, Jerusalem was the answer. And if you gave me Jerusalem, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. We've got some wrong answers. We've got a few abstentions as well. We've got Flanders Field and God Save the King amongst the wrong answers there, and everything else I believe was an abstention. I probably should have made it clearer that on this round, if you give me if you abstain, then it's treated as a wrong answer if you're on the final. So let's clear the pyramid. Clive and Andrew of Bob were both correct. You are both going to be safe. You'll be put on the pyramid first. Everyone else is whoever's got the fewest questions correct in total in the slowest time will be eliminated. The red tile is what you want to avoid, and you're not going to be populated in order. Let's find out who's going home. So, Andrew and Clive are safe, as we know. Lexi is safe. Matt is safe. Green Day is safe. Happy is safe. Rob D. Raven is safe. Apodo is safe. Fetz is safe. Shadowmain, it's you, my dude, I'm afraid. 5 out of 11, 29.23 seconds, but unfortunately, that was the lowest score of our finalists, certainly it was the lowest score of our incorrect finalists. Arden Fetch, you are not necessarily the one closest to him, and likewise Lexi, you are not necessarily the one furthest ahead, but Shadowmain, you are very definitely the one in last place. Thank you for playing, but you have been eliminated. Oh, so you did, Proogs, sorry. Can I still condone it now? No, that stage has passed. Sorry. Take an extra bonus penny. It doesn't show me big answers in the shadows. Once we're into the final, I tend not to look into too much detail in the Shadow Game. I will be more vigilant next time. Davidovich, Supersonic SJM, welcome to the stream, both of you. Let's go on. Question number 2. You might have spotted a theme. Let's see if this conforms. Discontinued in 2012, Marble was a chocolate bar made by which chocolatier? If you don't know, have a guess. Write you up if you played. No, we won't. We just reveal the correct answer because that's not a thing in this round. Cadbury! Huds, do you remember the Marble?
I do remember the Marble. I was devastated when it was discontinued all the way back in 2012. For those that don't remember it, or maybe you do, it was a chocolate bar that featured a blend of classic dairy milk chocolate and the Dream white chocolate swirled together with a hazelnut praline center. But for those of you that are fans of the Marble and want to taste its delights again, I'm pleased to say it's still available in Australia, and every now and then if you venture into your local B&M, they usually have imports from Australia, New Zealand and some other places around the world, and every now and then they do have dairy milk Marble from Australia.
Well, are Australia like Americans in that they don't understand how to make chocolate?
No, even better, because unfortunately we've gone down that path, and I'm just going to state this as fact. Dairy milk chocolate these days sucks, it's disgusting, get rid of the palm oil, I hate it, it's bleh, get rid of it all. The Australian stuff is better.
Wow, okay. Tell us how you really feel, Huds. And for me, it's not the palm oil so much. I mean, the palm oil is a really interesting issue because I got convinced that palm oil was a bad thing, but actually palm oil is better than the alternative, apparently. But
give me my glass and a half full.
That's the thing with Americans don't understand chocolate because they don't believe in milk because it's such a big country and they have to import it and they can't keep it refrigerated for long enough, and so they fake it, and so that's why all American chocolate literally tastes of vomit. I can't eat American chocolate. It's just no.
I love that you just presented that Americans don't believe in milk in the same way that one would present the argument of like flat Earth theory.
That's true. They don't know how to do chocolate. But I'd say I thought the Australians, because Australia is also quite a big it's a continent, really, isn't it? Anyway,
milk does not exist. It's just dyed water. Let's
not fall out. Let's not get political. If you gave me the answer Cadbury or Cadbury's with or without the apostrophe, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. I said I was going to be more vigilant for wrong answers. Galaxy, Mars, Nestle, Mars, Nestle, Lint, Nestle, Mars, Nestle, Mars, Nestle, Mars, sorry, Lint. So all of those are wrong answers. Well done if you did get it right. Lexi, Fetz, Clive, all getting it correct, so you are going to be safe from elimination on the next question. But for everybody else, you have to hope you don't have the lowest score. Let's repopulate the pyramid and find out who is going home. So, Fetz, Clive and Lexi are safe as we knew. Apodo is safe. Andrew of Bob is safe. Green Day is safe. Matt the Sprat is safe. Happy OK is safe. Rob D. Raven. You might allow it, but unfortunately we cannot allow you to stay on the pyramid. 6 out of 12 correct. 44.96 seconds. Jolly good effort, but unfortunately you are the lowest scorer of the incorrect answers there. Thank you for playing, but you have been eliminated. Oh, well, I'm going to have to change my shirt for I could go to shirt number 4 for the next game. It's ridiculous because I probably could open the skylight now. Let a little bit of a draft in. Hang about. Oh, still some bits of blue sky, but now I've got a cool breeze over the forest. It's a beautiful thing. Right.
Need to get you some aircon.
I know. I've got a fan, but I've also got a green screen, and they're not compatible because the green screen is in the way of the fan. Next. I mean, smell-o-vision. No, smell-o-vision isn't really a thing. I smell amazing, Matt, because, you know, I'm carved out of marble and a wonderful specimen of humanity. So I will always smell amazing. Also, links and quite an expensive aftershave before I went live. Because I'm performing, I feel I need to smell nice. I can't smell awful. But I do just feel a bit warm and sicky. Shall I load the next question rather than getting into personal hygiene? Yeah, I did a parkrun this morning, Clive. See what you've done, Clive. You maybe talk about We'll talk about parkrun in just a minute. For now, here's another question for you. Fingers on devices, take a look at this. Which chemical element is produced by plants as a byproduct during photosynthesis? Nom, 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 nom. Time up. Light you up. No, we won't light you up if you play, because that's not a thing in round 2. Let's reveal the correct answer. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Oxygen. Do you remember this from high school biology?
I do indeed. I was going to say this was very much part of GCSE science. So yeah, carbon dioxide and water converted to sugar using energy from the sun. And yes, very conveniently for us as humans, produces oxygen as a byproduct. Photosynthesis, of course, needs both chlorophyll, which is obviously the green pigment found within the chloroplast, and light energy. So the two combined allow them to photosynthesize and thus produces oxygen as the byproduct of the process.
A very useful life cycle for us as animals that breathe oxygen. The plants breathe out carbon dioxide, and plants do the opposite. It's like, I suspect that's probably how life started in the first place, if you go back far enough. If you gave me oxygen, you will go green. If not, you're going to go red. Okie dokie, a red light from Green Day. Going for carbon, no, I'm afraid not. No answer from Matt, and no answer from Apodo neither. So it is going to be either Green Day, Matt, or Apodo who's going home. Everybody else was correct and is therefore safe. And Liam, welcome to the stream. Let's clear the pyramid. Is it Green Day, Matt, or Apodo? Let's find out who's going home. There's our safe players. Matt is safe. And Green Day is safe. Apodo, of the 3 incorrect players, you had the lowest score with 7 correct answers in 49.75 seconds. Thank you very much for playing, but unfortunately your journey ends here. Bye-bye. And then there were 7. 6 questions remain. Let's take a look at the next one. In Greek mythology, which Athenian prince slew the Minotaur, the monster that dwelled at the center of King Minos' labyrinth? And the correct answer was Theseus. Huds, tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so the labyrinth was designed by Daedalus for the king as punishment for the murder of King Minos' son. Athens was forced to send 7 young men and 7 young women into the labyrinth every 9 years to be devoured by the Minotaur. Sounds very Hunger Games-esque, but with no winner at the end.
Yeah, well, the winner was, I suppose, Athens, who didn't get invaded, sort of, I guess, in a way. But yeah, designed by Daedalus, but was eventually conquered, if you will, by Theseus. And if you gave me Theseus, you'll go green. If not, you'll go red. Thank you, Hades, in the chat. Yes. Happy going for Perseus. No, but Huds is going to tell us all about what Perseus did.
Perseus, no, I'm not, because I don't know.
The Gorgon, Perseus and the Gorgon, Medusa the Gorgon was what Perseus.
I don't know my Greek mythology that well. I never got to do ancient Greek at school.
We're getting that.
I did the Romans instead. Don't ask me anything about the ancient Romans, though. I don't remember any of it. But we did Rome.
I love Greek mythology at school. Yeah, Perseus was the I believe Perseus slayed Medusa. But it was Theseus who slew the Minotaur. It does mean, Happy, you're the only one of our live players to get that one wrong, which means it is going to be short, sharp thrift for you. I'm afraid your game is over, but let's make it official. There we go. As the only incorrect answer there, you do take that red tile. 8 correct answers out of the 14 questions we've seen, which is jolly good going, 65.75 seconds. But unfortunately, that's the way this game works. It just takes one question that you miss on. And Calliope, welcome to the stream. And that could be the end of your game. Thanks for playing, Happy, but you've been eliminated. And then there were 6. We are just about to the halfway mark. Let's take a look at question number 5. Have a think about this one. To which Italian city would you escape if you wanted to visit the alleged birthplace of pizza while sitting in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius? And the correct answer I read like the middle bit. Yeah, Naples is what we wanted. There's a couple of people falling for the same trap there, Clive. Naples, or Napoli, to give it its Italian name. Huds.
Yeah, the third largest city in Italy after Rome and Milan, and of course gives its name to the Neapolitan pizza, which is typically characterized by a soft, thin dough with high edges and is always kept very simple. San Marzano tomatoes, a little bit of mozzarella, and finished with basil. The best pizzas to have on a hot day, in my opinion.
Nice.
No pineapple in sight.
I was just about to say, settle a debate. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
No, absolutely not. Never.
We can still be friends. Right, if you gave me Naples or Napoli, you got to go green. If not, you got to go red. Yeah, just the 3 wrong answers there. Now, Clive went for Pompeii. Green Day also went for Pompeii. Andrew of Bob went for Milan. Pompeii was the original name of the one obviously destroyed by Mount Vesuvius, but it is now known as Naples. Unfortunately, we can't have it. So it's going to be between Clive, Green Day, and Andrew of Bob. One of them is about to be eliminated, the one with the lowest score. Let's find out who's going home. Those are safe players. Andrew of Bob is safe. Clive is safe. Out of the 3 incorrect players, it was Green Day with the lowest score. 9 correct answers in 57.55 seconds. So you know your own scores, but nobody else does. So if you're looking at your score and thinking, oh, I've only got 10, you might be quite close behind if you get another question wrong. But we're going to keep you guessing. Green Day, great hustle, but unfortunately, your game ends there. Thank you for playing, but you've been eliminated. So, then there were 5. Lexi, Fetz, Matt, Andrew, and Clive. Let's take a look at our next question. Who directed the 1927 German expressionist science fiction film Metropolis? Time up, and the correct answer was Fritz Lang. Huds, tell us all about Fritz Lang.
Tell you all about Fritz Lang. So yeah, Fritz Lang, as we know, was the director of this film. It is, as mentioned, now considered one of the greatest, most influential films ever made. Some fun facts about the film in general. Made with a budget of 5.3 million Reichsmark, which is equivalent to about 21 million euros today. Returned just 75,000 at the box office, or approximately $1 million. So it was a financial flop, but as I say, considered one of the greatest, most influential films ever made. 1st January 2023, the copyright on it expired, so it is technically now in the public domain, but it was the first film ever inscribed on UNESCO's Memory of the World International Register back in 2001.
Wow. 99 years old. It does feel amazing that cinema is, you know, barely 100 years old at this point. I was waiting for video games to have their time in the sun. They're starting to get a little bit more respect as genuine artworks in their own right, but there's still a bit more work to do in that department. But we look forward to that changing in the near future. Now, if you gave me Fritz Lang, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. There were some wrong answers amongst our final 5 there. Clive going for Herzog, Fetz going for Kubrick, and Andrew Bob going for Heller. Well done, Lexi and Matt. You are going to be safe from elimination. It's going to be either Andrew, Fetz, or Clive. Who out of those is the low scorer? Bass, welcome to the stream. Let's find out as we repopulate the pyramid. There's Lexi and Matt safe. Clive is safe. And Fetz is safe. Andrew of Bob with 10 correct answers in 98.77 seconds. You were the lowest scoring, slowest player of the incorrect players, and I'm afraid your time there comes to end. But final 5 on a first appearance on the pyramid is not to be sneezed at. Jolly good effort, but unfortunately your game does end here. Keep answering the remaining questions, of course, for bonus pennies, but for now you have been eliminated. And then there were 4. Clive, Lexi, Matt, and Fetz, our last remaining 4 players, but one of you is going to be eliminated after this question. Let's take a look at it. The ABT summer oil spill of 1991 saw roughly 260,000 tons of heavy crude oil spilt into which ocean off the coast of Angola? Your big clue there was off the coast of Angola. The correct answer, it was the Atlantic. Angola, of course, on the west coast of Africa. It does share a coastline with the South Atlantic. Hudson's going to tell us more about this particularly devastating oil spill.
Devastating indeed. Occurred in May 1991. It's a Liberian registered supertanker, and it exploded and caught fire about 900 miles off the coast of Angola. Obviously, if you know where Angola is, of course, you need to know your geography pretty well. But yeah, the vessels actually sank on June the 1st, releasing about 260,000 tons. That's 80 million gallons of Iranian heavy crude oil into the open ocean. Devastating for the wildlife, to say the least.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I think it's one of the top 10 worst oil disasters in recorded history. What I discovered while researching this question actually is that most oil spills don't happen in oceans, and obviously I was trying to crowbar oil ocean into the question, so I did have to go down to a slightly more rarefied one because everything else tends to be in a sea of some sort, and I needed the word ocean, so hence the Angola in as well, to give you an extra Pavlov into that question. Well done if you got it, and Tipster, welcome to the stream. Now, if you did get it right, you're going to go green. If not, you're going to go red. It's just Fetz of our live players getting it right, so very well done, Fetz. You will be safe on this question, but Clive going for Pacific, Lexi going for Alaska, and Matt going for the Mediterranean Ocean. Mediterranean is a sea, so it's going to be Clive, Lexi, or Matt. And Clive has been in the bottom few a few times now. Can he survive another one? Let's clear the pyramid and find out. Is it Clive, Lexi, or Matt who is going home? Let's find out. Fetz is safe. Lexi is safe. Clive is safe. Matt, it is you with 11 correct answers in 89.12 seconds. 11 out of 17 is jolly good going. And I can say, of the remaining players, I'm not going to say who, but at least one of them has the same score, but was marginally quicker. I won't say who it was, but it is now coming down to time differential. Matt, 4th place. Great run at the pyramid, but unfortunately not to be tonight, and you have been eliminated. And then there were 3. Fetz, Clive, and Lexi. 2 questions left to emerge victorious on the pyramid. Let's have a look at the penultimate question, question number 8. Take a minute to read this. There's a couple of different variants that will be allowed. Here is the question. In the Fellowship of the Ring, the inscription on the doors of which ancient dwarven complex could only be read by starlight or moonlight? Time. The correct answer, Khazad-dûm, or we did accept the Mines of Moria, or just Moria as it was renamed. Huds is going to tell us more about The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I'm going to tell you so much about The Lord of the Rings. The first thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm really putting my neck out on the chopping block here, I've never seen the films or read the books. I know.
Sorry,
it's very
thanks
much on
for
my
coming,
list.
everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. Sorry, my pointless friend has not seen Lord of the Rings. I mean, yeah, you're quite right, Xenos there. That is the correct use of that emote there. Sorry, as you were, Huds, continue.
Okay, so I've seen up to "You Shall Not Pass" on the first film, and that's about it, and then I fell asleep.
That's in this dwarven structure! It's literally in it! Oh.
It's on my list of things that I need to watch. I just need to find 12 and a half hours, apparently.
Yeah, it's quite
I'm very
long.
busy. I'm a very busy man. But yes, and the star of the House of Phaedos are Gandalf. They are wrought of Ithildin, and that mirrors only starlight and moonlight. The inscription reads, "Speak, friend, and enter."
Melloh. Yeah, so the Mines of Moria, I'm just going to go into the wider Tolkien legendarium. It was initially called Khazad-dûm, but it was renamed Moria, which basically, it means like tomb or grave or something, when Durin's Bane, the Balrog, decided to move in when the dwarves woke him up from digging too greedily and too deep. They're so good. They're so good. Even if you can't read the books, watch the films, because the films do a really good job of bringing Tolkien's vision to life. But yes, Khazad-dûm, or Moria, or the Mines of Moria, and if you gave me that, you'll go green. If not, you'll go red. Now, there is an answer from Thet Khazad-dûm, which didn't get through the spell check, but it is phonetically plausible. I will allow. Clive, Hrothgar, is that a thing? High Hrothgar is from Skyrim. So you're in the right sort of mythological high fantasy world there, but High Hrothgar is a monastery at the top of the throat of the world in Skyrim. I just happen to know that because I'm a nerd. Lexi going for Moonlight, not the answer, unfortunately. So it's going to be Clive or Lexi who is leaving us here. Fet, once again, you are safe to the final question. Let's clear the pyramid and find out. Is Clive going to the final or is Lexi going to the final? Let's repopulate it. Fet, we know is safe. Lexi, you're through to the final. Clive, you've got a few questions wrong at this point, and you have been in contention a few times, but you have finally bit the bullet. 11 correct answers, 60.35 seconds. 2 trips to the pyramid in the main game at the start. You got on, you came off, you got back on, and you survived till the penultimate question, but unfortunately you can go no further. Great run, my dude, but unfortunately you have been eliminated. Arg! Hello, Arg. Welcome to the stream. I don't know when you last chatted. Obviously, it's just come up in my log. It was a few chats ago, but welcome on in. Hope you're keeping well. So, it's Fets versus Lexi on this final question. And as before, the rules still apply. If they both get it right, then it's going to come down to speed of the question. If they're both wrong, it's going to come down to questions overall. If one of them is right and one of them is wrong, whoever is right is going to go through. I'm not going to tell you what their scores are, but let's take a look at question number 9. Best known for its state park and 2008 fire, Angel Island is located within which state of the USA? And the correct answer is California. Huds.
Yeah, so it's found in the San Francisco Bay. The entire island is included within Angel Island State Park, which is administered by the California State Parks. In the 2000 census, it had a population of 57, but the latest information suggests that that population is now down to just 12.
12?
Yep.
Goodness me. They've got a lot of steel drums there, I hear, and echidnas.
Very much, yeah. Unfortunately, the echidna population, as we know, is endangered. But no, the population density is 3.87 per kilometer squared.
Goodness me. It's almost as... In fact, no, that's a lot higher than the Vatican, because the Vatican is only a kilometer squared in total, and like 900 people live there. Vatican's quite... Anyway, let's not get into that. Very
dense.
The correct answer was California, and I'm not going to reveal who said it because it's silent on the final question, because if one of them is right and one of them is wrong, we know immediately who's won the game. They will know if they were right or wrong on that question. But let's reveal it for everyone. Let's clear the pyramid. One player is going to take the gold tile and win the game, and one of them is going to be eliminated. Was one of them right and one of them wrong? Were they both right? Were they both wrong? Let's find out. As for the final time, we repopulate the pyramid. The winner is Fets. Fets, very well done. Lexi is going to be eliminated with 13 correct answers in 115.58 seconds. I can tell you both players were correct on that final question, but the total counts were Fets with 15 out of 19 correct and Lexi with 13 out of 19 correct. So, and Fets was the first to get that one right. So as soon as Fets got that question right, he had won the game. Lexi, a great run to get right the way to the final question, but unfortunately, it is an elimination. Me, Polino, welcome to the stream. And of course, this is a game where there can only be one medal. It is a gold medal that goes out in this game. Thank you, everybody, for playing. And it should tell you how many pennies that you've won tonight. But there is only one winner. Our congratulations must go to Ardenfet, the Pharaoh of the Pyramid. What is it? Mirage. Oh, no! There's something in the sand. The pyramid was never there. It was never there to begin with, but there's a strange name, Fets, on the sand on the plinth. A civilization that once existed. Maybe that is Fets in the sand. What's happened for the last hour and a bit, Huds? Can you remember anything?
No, I don't remember anything.
I don't remember a thing. But I'm sure it was exciting because we've got 125 viewers, which is very exciting. Remarkable, in fact. Lexi, great run. Unfortunately, there's no silver medal. There's only a gold medal. This is one of the few games where we only have a gold, and it's Fetz who takes it. So many congratulations to you there. Huge thanks to Lewis as well for proofing my questions, and big thanks to Huds for being my pointless friend. I hope that everyone enjoyed those questions. Did you enjoy finding out extra stuff you didn't know, Huds?
Oh, I love it. I always find out random and interesting facts, and it's nice to go and find tidbits of information to give to the community.
Absolutely. Sorry I broke the animation at the beginning. I'm not quite sure how I managed to do that. I probably left an animation toggle on, so I'll have to go rebuild that. I imagine it's noted in suggestions. There is something there in suggestions, but I'll look at that in a bit for when we next play the Pyramid, which will be in Season 23. Not tonight, but tonight we have got more quiz in store for you, because after the break, we've got another pack of mine. It's Apex, written by me, proofed by Lewis, and this is a game with some very wild swings. There is a gold, silver, and bronze in this next game, you'll be relieved to hear, but the swings in this game can be pretty chaotic, but it's a multiple choice game. You will need the universal controller. There's room for 48 people in this game, so it's just a button press on this next one though for multiple choice, so make sure you do come and get yourselves in. Hudson and I are going to take a break. We're going to get some more drinks. I'm going to take my plate and my empty cans and things out, tidy up my office a bit, and we'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes time with even more quiz. Don't forget, we've got the lottery coming up at the end of the night with a chance to win even more pennies, which should be great fun, so please do stick around for that. I'm going to have a look at some of these raid messages as well while we're on break, so please do stick around on this Club 601 game night for Bristol Pride, and we will continue and be back with you in a few minutes time. Congratulations once again to Fetz, our champion of the Pyramid. So, let's put a little music on. I'll put a bonus in the chat. I'll run some ads. Just before we go, when we come back for Apex, what I'd like to do is anybody who didn't get to play in the Pyramid, can we let them join first? So if you played in the Pyramid, just sit back for maybe a minute or two before joining. It has got a bigger lobby. There's 48 spaces in Apex, but I'd really like to prioritize those who didn't get a chance to play in the Pyramid. Let them join first when we come back. There should still then be space for others as well, but it's one of those things. I need to expand some lobbies, but yeah, in the interest of just letting everybody have a go, when the Apex lobby comes up, let's let those who didn't get a chance to play first. I'll say that again in just a minute. Obviously, we're not going to police it. We're going to do it on an honours system, but you'll be frowned upon if you were known to win the first game and you're the first one in. So, yeah, that's a thing. Let me say, if everyone says HUD 601 and you can get 601 pennies... Isn't that fun? Just don't at him. Just say HUD 601. It'll just be hilarious. We're going to get some drinks, and when we return, Apex will be here, written by me, proofed by Lewis. I hope you will stick around. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it is time for Apex. Now, just to remind you, if you definitely got to play in the pyramid, can we just give everyone maybe a minute and a half to come and join this lobby first, so everyone gets a chance to play? So just hang fire for a minute if you play the pyramid, and then you can have a free-for-all. There is more space in this game. There's 48. So I'm going to assume that people are just forgetting that we said that earlier on. So we're not going to police it, but just if you didn't play before, and I'm going to give you a few minutes because, as I say, we've got some guests from over the way. You need the universal controller and the room code. So particularly if you didn't get to play the pyramid, do come and join this lobby because this is Apex, a very, very different game. You've got until Huds finishes telling us about the recent donos that have come in for Bristol Pride, after which I will open the lobby to everyone. So if you didn't play the pyramid, you've got about a minute to come and join where it's free for just you, and then we'll open it up to everybody.
Yeah, but especially everyone over from my side, come and join in now. You will definitely want to play this game. It is good fun. The questions are very accessible, especially for my lot, so don't delay on that one. But yeah, we have had some donations over the last hour and a half or so. Thank you to everyone who has been donating. Remember, you can come and donate at donate.hud601.co.uk. Frustratingly, I can't see it in my message history, so I'll have to grab that in a second. But we had a £63 donation from Anonymous. No message on that one, but thank you so much for that donation. Delty the Techie donated £25 and said, I don't remember if I got the trans pride pin, but heck it, I'll take another one regardless. Thank you very much for that, Delty, and also grabbing your raffle ticket as well for our end of month charity raffle. And we had another £25 donation from Anonymous. Another no comment on that one, but gone towards our mystery drink incentive as well. For those that don't know, I have a whole load of different drinks downstairs that I have acquired. Some are imports, some are random things, but none of them I have ever tried. Today we did a mystery drink, and it was this, which is Fanta from Japan. This is white peach flavor, and it's actually not that bad. One of the better mystery drinks I've had compared to Mountain Dew Baja Blast that I had from America the other day, which was frankly disgusting. So if you do want to donate, please go to donate.hud601.co.uk. Help us raise money for Bristol Pride. It is massively appreciated.
Thank you very much, Huds. And on that note, I'm going to open the lobby to everybody. So I think we've done right by everybody. So yeah, Huds, ask a moderator to post a link. God, Huds.
I got given a permit by JR, but I wasn't quick enough.
Fair enough.
JR, do us a favor.
So this is Apex, and Conradalac, Soapsly Bob, and Dogfish, welcome to the stream. This is a game where if you want a plaque on the wall of plentitude in front of you, join before I lock the lobby, because you can still join the game at any point, but you won't get a plaque and you won't be eligible for medals, but you still get to play the quiz. But it's one where you do need to join at the beginning of the game in order to take part in the chain, because it is a well, just because of how the scoring works. Hopefully that will become clear after I've locked the lobby and explained the rules. But fundamentally, this is a multiple choice game. There are 25 questions in this game across 3 rounds, 5 questions in the first, and then 10 in round 2 and 3. I'm going to give you another minute to come and join, and then I'm going to lock the lobby, and our game will begin. So, universal controller right there. Room code is right there. A little bit of continuity while I've got your attention while we're joining. First of all, I am going to be back on Thursday, the 25th of June at 8 p.m, the normal time of 8 p.m. We've got Data Leak by a run, we've got the final heat of the Drain tournament, and we've got the Purge by Dogfish. That's this Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Next Saturday, I am streaming an hour earlier because of the Sports Ball tournament, and we're going to some friends to watch that. The kickoff's at 10, so I need to make sure I'm done by about 9:15 at the latest. But we are going to be playing DEFCON by Lingo Maniac and the Music Quiz Live by me. That's next Saturday at the earlier time, 7 p.m, twitch.tv/royal_flush. Huds, do you want to just give us a quick shout out as to what you're doing in your community at the moment? And I'll give you a shout out in the chat for anyone who's not already following you.
Yeah, absolutely. I am going to be heading over in July to America for Summer Games Done Quick, one of the premier speedrunning events in the world, one of the biggest in the world, because for the very first time, I have had one of my speedruns accepted for mainline GDQ. It is kind of the pinnacle of speedrunning for a lot of people to actually get a chance to showcase on the main stage. So all this month, I have been doing practice to make sure that I am ready for that run. So we're doing a lot of Sonic Dream Team at the moment on my side, but we've still got a few other little things that are going on. We're still doing the Sandathon. We're up to like day 63 now or something ridiculous, which is still very much ongoing and going to be for a while. We got one more Struggle Gaming coming this month. We're currently working our way through Chained Together with Fallen Angel and with RPG. And in fact, on Monday, we're going to be joined by Argic and White Tiger. We're going to be doing some Marvel Cosmic Invasion. We're doing our first speedrun of that as well. But the real big thing, tomorrow, I'll be back from 10:30 with Argic for our final day of our live time attack of Sonic Dream Team, where we're both attempting to try and break the world record before SGDQ.
Lovely stuff. And a quick reminder that, of course, all of HUD's earnings from Twitch this month are going to support Bristol Pride. And also, I think the collab streams you're doing with ARG, it's split donos, and it's because ARG's supporting...
Yes, he's supporting Mermaids. Yeah, fantastic LGBTQ plus charity in the UK. So yeah, we have a collab merch line, a crossover if you like. All of the proceeds from that will be split 50-50 between Bristol Pride and Mermaids, and then all the other stuff on the store, like the Ted plushie or the Sandathon poster that you saw earlier. That I believe you still want to get hold of one of these.
I really should get one of those in a frame.
We're down to about 10 of these left, I believe. They're only £5 plus delivery. But yes, for each one of these posters, £2 goes to charity.
Fantastic.
Everything goes to charity, by the way.
And on that note, Puzzle Dan is gifting out 5 subs to the community. Welcome on in Alexi Holmes, Tafka Gabs, Green Day, We the Rat, and Varathin. Welcome all of you. Enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. And Dan, thank you so much for your generosity there. And welcome on in to our new subscribers. That's enormously kind of you, Dan. Thank you very much indeed. And that is the extended red herring sting that we don't get to hear very often. But there it is. Right. We've got a decent looking chain there, so I think we should begin the game. This is one of my newer formats, Apex. It premiered, piloted on Christmas Day last year. We've only played it 2 or 3 times. Oh, here's a message from our sponsor, Oni.
Something caboose toot toot.
Indeed so. Thank you for the 100 bits, only contributing to the second hype train of this evening's stream. Let's lock the lobby, and I will explain the rules to y'all. No, I won't. I'm going to load the round, and then I'll explain the rules. Round 1 is Ignition. You need to answer 5 increasingly difficult multiple-choice questions. The harder the question, the more points you earn. Ties are broken on total response time, but question 1 is worth 1 point, 2 is worth 2, etc. Question 5 is worth 5 points, so there's 15 points up for grabs in this round. This is the only round where points matter, so get as high a score as you can, and if there is a tie after we've counted that, then it will be broken on response time. So you kind of want to get in quick, but make sure you read the question because, of course, it's more important to be right than it is to be fast. So, just to warm you up, multiple choice. Let's take a look at our first question. According to the proverb, blood is thicker than which substance? Water, Marmite, coffee, or Bovril? Time. Correct answer was water. Hud, tell us more.
Yeah, it just basically means that familial bonds will always be stronger than other relationships, or that's as the saying goes, the proverb. Some people agree with that, others don't. One thing I will say though is that if your Bovril is thicker than your blood, you've made it wrong. It's also disgusting.
I thought you liked Bovril.
No, I hate it. Ugh. Marmite, on the other hand, though, oh, beautiful.
For those on my side of things, Bovril was a meme on Hud's channel for a little while, so I'm bringing it back here. I thought he'd appreciate it. Let's reorder the chain. And Shadowmane, 0.68 seconds, bloody hell, has got to the apex of the chain. Let's see if they can hang on to it as we go to our next question. Oh yeah, the objective of this game is at all times to be at the apex. That is your goal. Here is question 2. This is worth 2 points. It's a little bit harder. Take a look. Which of these computer components is most likely to be described as a peripheral? Hard drive, mouse, graphics card, or motherboard? And the correct answer is a mouse. Huds, this is your area.
This is very much my area, yes. Peripherals generally are effectively external hardware, things outside the computer, so things like mice, keyboards, monitors, stream decks, all those kind of things. The other three are internal components. The motherboard is the main thing that everything plugs into. Graphics card, obviously used in order to display things on your monitors. And hard drives are things that are generally used for storage.
Thank you very much. 2 points if you got that right. 39 out of 40 getting that one correct. Let's reorder the chain. And Matt the Ref is into the apex position. Let's see if he can hang on to it as we go to question number 3. This is worth 3 points if you give me a right answer. Here it is. Which of these African nations is furthest south? Tunisia, Rwanda, Ghana, South Africa. Time. Correct answer. It wasn't a trick question. The answer was South Africa. Huds.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be, but the clue's in the question. Yeah, South Africa is the most southerly country on the continent of Africa, sitting right at the very bottom. Tunisia is actually on the northern coast. Ghana is on the south of Western Africa. Rwanda is pretty close to the center, just kind of south of the equator. But yeah, South Africa, right at the very bottom.
Thank you very much. Let's reorder the chain. Matt hanging on to the apex for now. A lot of players with 6. The questions are going to get a little bit harder. Let's take a look at question number 4. This is worth 4 points if you give me a right answer. Take a look. Which Egyptian deity is most commonly depicted with the head of a jackal? Ra, Horus, Osiris, or Anubis? And that's time. The correct answer was Anubis. Huds, over to you.
Yeah, Ra and Horus both depicted with a falcon's head. Osiris is depicted as a man but with green skin and is well known as the god of the underworld, afterlife, and resurrection.
And Anubis is possibly the most popular one, especially if you've seen the film from the Mummy franchise. Anubis was a popular character in that series. And as JR quite eloquently pointed out, more sand. Love a bit of sand, don't you, Huds? Let's reorder the chain. Oh, Matt losing the apex, and BC now has it with 10 points in 3.43 seconds. Let's go to our 5th and final question, the last one where points are important, and the last one where speed is going to count. Take a look at this for 5 points. Which of these is not a TV special by Darren Brown? Puppet Master, The Great Art Robbery, Seance, or Hero at 30,000 Feet? Time. The correct answer was Puppet Master. Are you a fan of Darren Brown, Huds?
I am an enormous fan of Darren Brown. I have seen every single one of his stage shows live except his first.
Wow, that is... I was about to think... I've seen him 3 times live. I thought I was impressive. Wow.
I've even gone to... Oh, I've got so much I can tell you. So I've even gone to the length of seeing Enigma twice in 2 separate nights just to check that it wasn't staged. And it was completely different. I've also been lucky enough to be on stage with him because I got picked from the audience to actually do something with him.
Wow.
And he basically did a cold reading. So, he makes it very clear that it's all kind of, made up and how he's doing it. But he plucked information from me that I definitely did not give him that I haven't thought about for 20 years. So it was very, very freaky moment, but the man is real, that's for sure. Puppet Master is not one of its TV specials. You may remember, some of you out there, his first big television special that really blew up for him was Russian Roulette, which he played at an undisclosed location in Jersey. Seance was his next one, caused a massive storm, especially especially amongst some religious people, claimed it was live, but it actually wasn't. It was pre-recorded. Hero at 30,000 Feet came out in 2010, where he effectively hypnotized and, well, not really hypnotized, but kind of implanted the idea into someone who generally had self-confidence issues to actually take control of a plane that he genuinely thought was going down and to be the hero of his story. A wonderful, wonderful episode, that, and really uplifting.
It was really good.
And then the Great Art Robbery, brilliant 2013 special. He got a load of old age pensioners to go and rob a museum. It was brilliant.
It was really fun, that one.
Yeah,
good.
so absolutely fantastic, Darren Brown. If you ever get the chance to see him, I highly, highly recommend it. The guy is legit. He also went to the university in Bristol, so I'm claiming him as one of our own.
Incidentally, if you disregarded Puppet Master, that was something I made up, but you might remember Svengali, which was the name of one of his live shows. It did air on TV, but it was a stage show rather than a TV special, and notably was called Svengali, not Puppet Master. Very well done if you got that one right. 13 players getting it right. Let's reorder the chain. And that is the final order after the first round. 8 Minky, with 15 points in 5.93 seconds, is at the apex. That's the end of round 1. So, we've got 8 Minky, Tipster, Oni, Stimpson's Angle, Prug, Sofsly Bob, Clement, Fallen Angel, Cola, Green Day, Bass, all managing to get 5 out of 5, and that is the order you are in according to your times. But those points and those times are now for naught. All that round was for was to set the initial order of the chain, and from this point on, the gameplay can get very, very swingy. As before, the objective is to get to the apex, but this is one of those games where if it's a blind spot in your knowledge and lots of other people know it, you can go from the top to the bottom very, very quickly. But likewise, if it's something that lots of people don't know, but it's a niche area that you are a specialist in, you can go from the bottom to the top very, very quickly. Let's play on to round 2. So round 2 is elevation. You're going to get 10 questions in this round. You need to answer correctly to rise up the chain. Answer incorrectly, you will fall down the chain. But points and times are no longer a relevant factor. And here's the key thing. Positions remain relative, which means if someone is ahead of you and that someone gets it right, you cannot get higher than them even if you are right. But likewise, if you are ahead of somebody else and you and that person get it wrong, you won't go behind that person. So effectively, all of the right answers will rise to the top in the order they are currently in, and all of the wrong answers will fall to the bottom in the order you are currently in. An abstention will count as a wrong answer, so answer every question, because if you leave it blank, it will just be treated as a wrong answer. So 8 Minky is currently at the apex. The points and the times count for nothing, so because time is off, you've got the same amount of time, but it's not a race to press the button. So do take the time to digest the question, read it fully, and make sure you click the right button, because a misclick can be very, very punishing in this game. Good luck. 10 questions. Let's start with this one. Which Italian polymath of the High Renaissance created the Vitruvian Man? Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, or Donatello? Time. Correct answer. Leonardo da Vinci. Huds, tell us more about the Vitruvian Man.
Yeah, very nice, easy question to get you going. I'm not going to tell you about the Vitruvian Man. What I am going to tell you about, though, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Or, if you were in the UK, you may remember it actually being called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Because ninjas promoted violence or something, because...
That was exactly it. Yeah, they weren't allowed to use ninjas in the title. But yeah, the hero's in a half shell. Turtle power.
Yeah, great theme. Great theme. Yeah, so the Vitruvian Man, if you've probably seen it, it's the photo of the man in a circle with multiple limbs. It was a plot point in the work of literature, and I use the word work of literature very loosely. The Da Vinci Code. I don't want to diss the Da Vinci Code. I quite enjoy a Dan Brown novel if I'm on holiday by a pool with a cocktail in hand. But yeah, it was a plot point in that, and it was Leonardo da Vinci, who also enjoyed pizza, allegedly. Citation needed. Let's reorder the chain. 25 of you getting that right, so it does mean the 5 players who are incorrect fall to the bottom of the chain. 8Minky retains the apex. Let's see if they can hang on to it as we go to question number 2. Which character from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise is set to make their debut in the 4th film installment, scheduled for release in March next year? Amy Rose, Miles Tails Prower, Knuckles the Echidna, or Shadow the Hedgehog? Time. The correct answer... It's Amy Rose. 27 getting that one right, 13 getting it wrong. Huds is going to tell us more about it, because again, this is more your wheelhouse than mine.
It certainly is. So yeah, a few little spoilers for this one if you haven't caught up with the Sonic films, although they are really, really good fun. So yeah, Tails actually debuted in the 2020 original film along with Sonic. Knuckles, who is voice acted by Idris Elba, debuted in 2022 sequel Sonic 2. Shadows, voiced by Keanu Reeves, debuted in the 2024 sequel. I should have mentioned Tails is actually voiced by the actual voice actor for the games as well, Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
Shaq Hennessy.
Shaq Hennessy. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm really bad with names.
I'm being amusing. Shaq Hennessy.
Colleen. But yes, Amy is set to appear in the 4th film, as was teased in the post-credits scene, and is going to be portrayed by Kristen Bell, who I personally think is going to be a fantastic voice actor for her. I think it's the perfect choice.
It's your time to disown me and for me to roll the titles again, because like you've never seen Lord of the Rings. I'm still yet to see a Sonic film.
Here's what I will say. Those of you out there that can cast your minds back to 2019 may remember the original trailer coming out and the original design of Sonic the Hedgehog for these films.
It wasn't great.
One of the greatest glow-ups in history is all I can say. Thank goodness they changed it. Genuinely, the films were a lot of fun. Yeah, the plot's a bit thin at times, but they're just nice, enjoyable films. They're genuinely not that bad.
There's a conspiracy theory that they deliberately released it, deliberately bad, to get as much heat as possible.
No
publicity is any bad publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity, sort of thing. And they were always going to do it as they did. I'm not sure. It kind of feels like that could be true, but
here's the thing: it's one of those things that sounds like it could be true, but it definitely isn't. There's been quite a few of the artists, like the CG artists, that have come out after going, yeah, those like 3 or 4 months having to redo every single scene was hell, and it cost them millions, but it saved the franchise. It is also worth mentioning, Jim Carrey technically is retired and has said he will only come out of retirement if he really enjoys the script. Since saying that, he's done Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and he's just signed up for Sonic 4. And that's all he's done.
He famously doesn't do sequels either. He did Ace Ventura.
No, he doesn't.
I think it was just the 2 Ace Ventura films, I think. But he said he doesn't go back for sequels unless it's something really special. So the fact he's done 4 Sonic, about to do a 4th Sonic film, is a real testament to it, I would say. But
I think he's really enjoying just being given a lot of creative freedom to kind of do what he wants with the character of Dr. Robotnik, and he is the perfect cast for it. So
I'll make you a deal. This time next year, when we do our 7th collab, by that time, I will have watched the first 3, if not the 4th Sonic film, and you will have watched Lord of the Rings. Deal?
Fair enough. Deal.
Right, let's reorder the chain. And 8Minky hanging on to the apex for now. A bit of a shuffle in order there. 8Minky with the lovely glow pulsing border. Oh, we like it. We like it a lot. Let's take a look at question number 3. The question's just loaded for me on my device, and I'm just saying it is still in date. There was a chance it wasn't going to be, but it is still in date. It is still accurate. See what you think of this. Who is the current UK Home Secretary? Bridget Phillipson, Shabana Mahmood, Yvette Cooper, or Rachel Reeves? And indeed, as Vertigo is suggesting... Where's the button? Order! We've got our first politics question of the night. The correct answer is... Shabana Mahmood. Huds.
Oh, I think it says a lot of the number of people that did not get this one right. And I'll be completely honest with you, until about 2 days ago, I would not have got this one right either.
Can I just jump in? as somebody who follows politics and has a hand in the quiz industry, I wasn't 100% sure of this, and I would have only gotten this if it was multiple choice. I wouldn't necessarily have been able to say it off pat. That shows you how... I don't know. What does that tell you about the politics of this country at the moment? That it's just so beige that no one cares.
That's the thing. I mean, maybe it's a good thing it's beige. Maybe that's what we need in politics at the moment, but I'm not going to go into that because it's neither the time nor the place. But
just tell us about these
people.
I
will say... Yeah, so Yvette Cooper was the Home Secretary, but is now the Foreign Secretary. Shabana Mahmood became the incumbent as of the 5th of September 2025, so has been in position for about just over 9 months at the moment. Rachel Reeves is the Chancellor of the Exchequer, and Bridget Phillipson is the Education Secretary.
Well done to the 11 players who got that one right. Let's reorder the chain. Big changes here. 8 Minky losing the Apex, and Green Day now has it. Shuffling himself up to the top of the Apex. There's still time for those players at the bottom. Don't count your chickens yet, because your luck in this game can change very, very quickly, and it is still early days. For now, Green Day with the Apex. Let's take a look at question number 4. Ahead of Wimbledon starting a week on Monday, which tennis player is the current ATP world number 1? Carlos Alcaraz, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Alexander Zverev, or Yannick Sinner? Time. I'm going to take this opportunity to remind players that time is not a factor in this round. Some players, in fact, quite a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players answering in 7 players answering in 2 seconds or less. So you've got full 15 seconds to read the question. Make sure you fully understand it. Of course, abstention isn't really valid. And if you're looking at this question saying it's going to be a 1 in 4, I'm just going to press a button, then fair enough. But time is not a factor. So do take an opportunity to read the question and all the options. The correct answer is Yannick Sinner. Huds.
Yeah, I think for me, this shows how much tennis has moved on, because I don't recognize any of these names.
Really?
I very much remember the big four of Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Andy Murray, and they were always the final four in every single competition for years and years. But yes, at the moment, Yannick Sinner is number 1, Alcaraz is number 2, Zverev is number 3, and Felix, the other one, is number 4.
Auger-Aliassime.
I'm not even going to try it.
He's
but
Canadian.
Here's a question I have for you. Which player has been number 1 for the longest time in terms of total number of weeks, non-consecutively?
Non-consecutively?
Yep.
Is it Nadal?
It is not.
Okay,
he's number 6.
Really? Is that all? Because he won he only won Wimbledon a couple of times, but he won the French like every year for 25 years.
So he spent 209 weeks at number 1.
Are they in the last 26, 25 years or so?
Oh, yes, very much so. They are still playing.
Oh, is it Djokovic?
It is Djokovic with 428 weeks. Roger Federer sits at 310 in number 2. Pete Sampras with 286 weeks in number 3. But here's the thing. Roger Federer has the most number of consecutive weeks at number 1 at 237.
What?
Novak Djokovic has only managed
5 years.
86 consecutive weeks.
Oh, only. He was only world number 1 for a year and a half. Wow. Good player. Well, Yannick Sinner is the answer. He's the current world number 1. I don't know if that has changed since Queens or Eastbourne, but we didn't.
Nope.
It hasn't changed. Good. Good egg. Right, let's reorder the players. Green Day retaining the Apex for now. A bit of shuffling there. We approach the halfway mark, and we come to question number 5. Take a look at this. This was foreshadowed. In the Key and Peele substitute teacher sketch, who is the only classmate not to correct Mr. Garvey's pronunciation of their name? J. Qualin, D. Nice, A. Aaron, or Timothy? You done messed up, A. Aaron! Correct answer is Timothy. Huds, tell us all about this sketch.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most famous sketches of Key and Peele's entire series. Fantastic sketch. What more can I say? It's just brilliant, top to bottom. You go watch it. Simple as that. Just go watch it.
The premise is that Mr. Garvey's a substitute teacher. He turns out and said, I taught the inner city for 20 years, so don't try and mess with me. And then he reads the names in... how would you say it? They are pronounced slightly differently in the inner city, I think is possibly what we're getting at here. So Jacqueline becomes Jaqualin, Denise becomes D-Nice, Aaron becomes Aaron. And Timothy is actually how it's pronounced, allegedly. You've also got Balake. Where is Balake at? Anyway, go watch it. I'm not going to do it all here. Go watch it. It's really funny. Let's reorder the chain. Green Day retains the apex. Nando into second. Lupine is in third. We're halfway through this round, so we're still shuffling around. This is a round of endurance more than anything. The next round, we're going to start to lose people from potentially being able to win. But for now, it is still anyone's game. Let's go to question number 6. Take a look at this. Which is the second installment in the Indiana Jones film franchise? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, The Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Temple of Doom. Time. Correct answer. 32 getting it right. It was the Temple of Doom. This is the thing about this format. If you have a question where actually you don't have to have a rate difficulty curve. You can have some easy, some hard. I think this was a slightly easier question perhaps than the last one. But it just affects your rankings. And if you got it wrong, and a lot of people got it right, that's sad for you. Hudger's going to tell us more about Indiana Jones.
I am indeed, yeah. So, Temple of Doom, second film, came out in 1984, but set in 1935. Raiders of the Lost Ark, of course, was the first film. Also, the only one that isn't titled with Indiana Jones and the. Last Crusade was the third film that came out in 89. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the fourth film that came out in May 22nd, 2008. Supposedly, we don't talk about the fifth film, The Dial of Destiny, that came out 30th of June 2023. What I want to know is, how on earth did he survive a nuclear bomb in a fridge?
Because willing suspension of disbelief.
But there's suspension of disbelief. This goes beyond Fast and Furious franchise suspension of disbelief here.
Was that the fourth film? Was that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? It was the fourth one,
yeah.
I mean, the GOAT film of all of them is The Last Crusade. I will die on that hill. I prefer Last Crusade to Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't much care for the Temple of Doom, but yeah, they're great film. Good escapism. They don't really make them like that anymore, do they? But well done to the 32 people who got them right. Let's reorder the chain. Few players falling down towards the bottom, but still time to make it up as we go to question number 7. Green Day still with the apex. Nando in second, Lupine in third. Question 7. Take a look at this. The 2005 video game Civilization 4 featured a piece of music called Baba Yetu by Christopher Tin, which features a Swahili translation of which prayer? The Lord's Prayer, Hail Mary, Psalm 23, or the Prayer of St. Francis? Time. Correct answer. The Lord's Prayer, 24 getting it right. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, Royal Flush wants me to sing this, but I'm definitely not going to because I will butcher it. But yes, Baba Yetu, the main theme song for Civilization 4. If you've ever played the game, you will have definitely have heard it. It was actually re-released and became the first piece of video game music to be nominated for and to win a Grammy Award. And yes, of course, it is the translation of the Lord's Prayer, which of course starts, Our Father, who art in heaven, amen. Our Father, hallowed be thy name. And that's the bit that's been translated.
Bass, Civ 5 was Sogno di Volare, I think, which was Una volta che avrai spiccato il quale deciderai. I happen to know that because I've done it with the choir, and I happen to know this because I'm doing this with the choir at the moment. The translation and the tune, if you don't know it, is Baba yetu yetu liye binguni yetu yetu amina Baba yetu yetu liye umjina lako elite kuzwe. And then the chorus comes in.
Oh, very good, very good.
I gave Huds the phonetic translation of the spelling of it. He didn't want to try it. It's like, Baba Yato is great. I still have a soft spot for Sonia Del Volare because it's the first thing that got me into this style of music. But yeah, Baba Yato is very, very. My choir are loving it. They're enjoying Baba Yato more than they enjoyed Dream of Flight, Sonia Del Volare. So make of that what you will. Let's reorder the chain. No change at the top. Green Day still in 1. Nando still in 2. Lupine still in 3. Let's see what happens with question number 8. Just 3 questions left in this round. So only a few opportunities to safely get yourself up the chain. Let's take a look at question number 8. If you went into a French restaurant and ordered pot au feu, which animal would you most likely be about to eat? Horse, cow, goat, or snail? Time. Correct answer. Cow. Huds is going to tell us why.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of you might have gone for snail, because that's the typical one people think of when they think of France. But no, it is indeed the cow. Whilst pork, chicken, and sausage variants are heard of for this, the most common meat is actually beef. This is widely considered France's national dish. It consists of 2 courses: the broth, or is it bouillon? I think it's pronounced.
Bouillon.
Is it bouillon? And the meat, which would then be the bouillie.
Bouillie, yeah.
I'm terrible with my French, clearly, which is the vegetables. And yeah, snails, whilst common in France, I believe it's pronounced, is it escargots?
Escargot. Very good, very good.
Yeah,
you got that one out of 3. Yes, well done if you got that. 11 players getting it right, and notably, Green Day has lost the apex with the wrong answer. Let's reorder the chain. Lupine is into the top spot, Oni is in second, and Shadowmane is in third. And this is most interesting. Rob D. Raven is fourth, and I draw attention to it because I think 1, possibly 2 questions ago, Rob D. Raven was on the bottom row, if not very close to last position. It just goes to show you how quickly your luck can change in this game. There are still 2 questions left in this round. So, let's go to question number 9. Take a look at this. And have a little think. If the solar system were shrunk down such that Mercury were the size of a table tennis ball, how big would the Earth be? Take a minute to conceptualize how big Mercury is compared to the Earth. Imagine a table tennis ball, and then think how big would the Earth be next to it. 4 options, and they are: the size of a beach ball, the size of a regular tennis ball, the size of a grape, or the size of a mini. That is time. And the correct answer? Size of a regular tennis ball. I don't know, Huds, if you watched the video that was in the citation for this.
I haven't seen the video, but I have seen a similar one from Corridor Crew, of all people. So, yes, the Earth would be tennis ball sized. The Moon would be grape sized. Jupiter would be beach ball sized. And the distance from the Earth to the Moon would be about 2 meters, which is, if you're wondering, about the height of a door, or slightly less than a mini, as you've put. Yeah, it's fair. Which
Mini's
one, though?
Old
or new
Mini's
mini?
about 3.
The old mini.
The old Mini's about 3 and a bit meters. So, yeah.
But yeah, at this scale, the sun would be about 8 meters in diameter, or the height of an average 2-story house.
Thank you very much. 25 players getting that right, including the top 3. Let's reorder the chain. And Rob D. Raven, having gone from 4th, has now dropped a little bit back down. But still 1 more question in this round that could make the difference. Let's take a look at question number 10. Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, and Chris Novoselic were the 3 longest-serving members of which band? Foo Fighters, Deep Purple, Nirvana, or Led Zeppelin? Time. That one is Nirvana. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, Dave Grohl being in there may have thrown you off towards Foo Fighters, but as the band he went on to form after Nirvana disbanded, and obviously did that without Kurt Cobain or with Novoselic. Cobain was guitar and vocals for Nirvana. Novoselic was on the bass. They were with the band for the whole duration, whereas Dave Grohl was actually recruited as the drummer in 1990. Still a very good drummer to this day. Occasionally still does drums for other artists as well. He will act as guest drummer for them. I believe also Foo Fighters brought out a film a couple of years ago, a horror film of all things. So if you're interested in that, go take a look.
I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, so Nirvana went through, they had Kurt Cobain, Chris Novoselic were there for the duration, but they've had a number of drummers, including Aaron Burkhard, who was the founder, and Chad Channing, in case you're ever at a pub quiz and that comes up. There you go. Nirvana was the answer, 34 getting it right. Let's reorder the chain. The fall from grace for a handful of players as they move to the bottom, just the 6. And at the end of the round, Lupine has the apex, Oni's in second, Shadow is in third, and that is the end of round 2. So, that round, as I said, is a bit of an endurance round. You can get to the apex very easily, but you've got to hang on to it as well. As we go into round 3, it's the same rules are going to apply, but with one tweak. But we can see Lupine is at the apex, Oni's in second, Shadowmane is in third. Down at the other end, Clemen, Fallen Angel, and Sophsly Bob with a bit of work to do. There are still 10 questions to change your position. Let's see if we can manage it as we go to round 3. Round 3 is Ascension. Answer correctly to rise up your division. Answer incorrectly to fall down your division. Basically the same rule set as before, except I'm going to subdivide you into individual little mini leagues. The top and bottom 2 of each division will be promoted and relegated after each question. So this is a weird thing where you can technically be promoted even if you get something wrong, and you can technically be relegated even if you get it right, because if the relative order is the same and all the people in your division are correct, 2 people are still at the bottom and will be going down a league. It can be a game where you end up straddling 2 leagues quite a lot, and you've got to wait for the opportunity to strike when the question falls your way. The player who is at the apex at the end of the game is the winner. As the game progresses, it will become mathematically impossible for certain players to qualify. So the bottom league, depending how many leagues there are, and the game will figure that out for me in a minute, the bottom league will have to get out of the bottom league after 5 questions. The bottom 2 league will have to get out of the bottom 2 leagues by 6 questions, and so on, that sort of thing. So hopefully that makes sense. Those are the standings at the moment. Lupine with the apex. Let's add in the divisions. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 6 divisions here. The light green, the darker green, the yellow, the orange, the dark red, and the light red at the bottom. So 2 players from each league will be promoted and relegated each question, and the objective is to get to that light green league, because when we get to question number 10, only players in the light green league will be able to win. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. When we get to question number 5, that is the last opportunity for players in the bottom league to win. I'm saying that out loud because I haven't written the code to debug that for me easily yet. Let's load our first question. Here it is. A new British passport issued in 2025 most likely has a cover of what colour? Black, burgundy, dark blue, or green? Time. I got mine this month, BC. It's the first time I've had one of this colour, and the correct answer is dark blue, and Hudson's going to tell us why.
Yeah, so you may remember this was quite the topic of debate during the whole Brexit thing about the fact we were going to have blue passports. But yes, dark blue is usually used for New World countries in the Americas and the UK. Burgundy standard for EU members, green's associated with the Middle Eastern countries, black is used by a few African nations and also by New Zealand. And very interestingly, if you want to know, your wonderful, proud, sovereign British blue passport is made in Poland.
Yeah, I probably wasn't one of the last ones, but I got my Burgundy passport in 2015, the year before the referendum. It expired last year, but I haven't been travelling abroad until this year. I've only just found the need to actually renew it, so I now have a dark blue passport. Right, let's reorder the divisions first of all. 25 getting that one right. As you can see, in each division, the correct answers rise, the wrong answers fall. And now those who are going to be promoted are glowing green. Those who are about to be relegated are glowing in red. And we can see we've got a happy outcome there. Everyone being relegated was wrong. Everyone being promoted was right. That is the best outcome that we can hope for. Let's do those switches now. Nando and AB Me making their way into the top league, but in a disadvantaged position. Let's see if they can stay there as we go to question number 2. Which of these sweets are not produced by Roundtrees? Not produced by Roundtrees. Wine gums, fruit pastels, randoms, or jelly tots? Time. Correct answer. Wine gums. I was obsessed with these when I was a teenager. I used to do a paper round, and I'd go back to the shop afterwards and spend literally half of my weekly pay packet on wine gums and just eat them all in one go. It was... I don't do that anymore. I have more self-control these days. But yeah, Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, it's actually Maynard's that produce wine gums. Roundtrees have a similar sweet in both flavour and texture called fruit gums. The main difference between them is that the fruit gums are circular, whereas Maynard's wine gums typically come in the shapes of the fruit that they are imitating, like, you know, oranges and limes and stuff. So yeah, very, very similar in flavour and texture, but they do not use the wine gum branding. They are fruit gums.
18 players getting that right, 22 getting it wrong. Let's reorder the leagues. And we can see once again we've got a happy result. Only correct players going up, only incorrect players going down. Let's do those promos and relegations. And you're probably noticing one or two of you thinking, oh, I'm just toggling between 2 leagues at the moment. Keep waiting. The question will come when it will either be a great rise or a devastating fall. On we go to question number 3. Lupine still with the Apex for now. Take a look at this. If you travelled in August, which of these holiday destinations is most likely to be the hottest? Paphos, Cyprus, Sydney, Australia, Marrakesh, Morocco, or Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? Time. I've been to one of these places. I'm going to a second one in a couple of months' time, and I've been to the country of one of the other ones, and one I've never been to. The correct answer is Marrakesh. Huds, give us some data.
Yeah, Sydney, most definitely not going to be it. Not exactly cold in August because it's basically the middle of their winter being on the southern hemisphere. So yeah, it's the end of the Aussie winter, average of 14 degrees Celsius. Rio's warm, but still only averages around 22 degrees, believe it or not. And Paphos in Cyprus gets very hot, around 26 degrees in August with highs of 30. But Marrakesh absolutely takes away an average of 28 and highs of 37.
Marrakesh is the one that we've got our eye on to go and visit in the second week of August. So my idea of a holiday is sit by a pool, read a book, and drink a cocktail. That's it. I'm happy doing absolutely nothing. As long as it's hot, I don't really mind. 21 players getting that right, 19 getting it wrong. Let's reorder the leagues. And, it's a fall from grace for Oni. Goes from second into a relegation spot. Again, we've got only incorrect players being relegated, only correct players being promoted. Let's do those switches now. Okay, Lupine still with the Apex. He's done well so far. At least 3 questions in a row in this round. He's retained the Apex. Poker, welcome to the stream. Well, let's take a look at question number 4. Which of these 1998 movies shares its name with a WWE pay-per-view event? Deep Impact, Armageddon, Enemy of the State, or Out of Sight? Time. And the correct answer. Armageddon. 33 players getting this one right, so a well-answered question. Huds, tell us more. Are you a WWE fan, or were you in the past?
Oh, I definitely followed WWE all the way back in like the Attitude Era of like the late 90s, early 2000s, before kind of getting away from it. I've dabbled in it a bit recently and kind of watched a bit here and there, mostly highlights and bits on YouTube. It's been interesting to kind of see what they've been getting up to. But yes, it is Armageddon, the film that came out in 1998, directed by Michael Bay, which means, yes, it is a disaster film with lots of explosions. The screenplay, believe it or not, was partially written by J.J. Abrams, of all people. And it stars Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Tyler, Ben Affleck, and a few other people
Michael
as well.
Clarke Duncan, Steve Buscemi. Yeah, great movie, actually. I quite enjoyed Armageddon.
Yeah, sadly, the WWE pay-per-view event was not Backlash.
Tonight at Armageddon, we will get personal. I remember that was like 1999 or 2000 Armageddon. The closest you had to the other answers is Out of Sight. There's a No Way Out, which is sort of similar to Out of Sight. But the rest of them are all incorrect. Yeah, good stuff. Let's reorder the leagues. And it looks like it is going to be Stimpson and Green Day being relegated from the top flight. Oni and Conradlak finding their way back up. We've got our first couple of instances of wrong players going down. Unfortunately, Clive, who was at the bottom of the division, did get it right, but of course, position rules. Likewise, 8 Minky and Puzzle Dan. Everyone in that league getting it right, but let's do those relegations now. And as we go to question number 5, approaching the halfway point, let's see what this brings. Which of these Rockstar video games has not been ported to iOS? GTA San Andreas, Red Dead Redemption, Max Payne, or Manhunt? That feels like a tougher question, and my logs seem to agree with it. The correct answer was Manhunt. 14 players getting it right, but 26, overwhelming majority, getting it wrong. HUDs, tell us about these ports.
Yeah, so San Andreas was actually ported all the way back in December 2013. Max Payne in April 2012. Red Dead Redemption very recently, December 2025. Other GTA games have also been ported. And also, you may remember Bully. That one's been ported as well. But Manhunt, released in April 2004, to much controversy, never actually made its way over to iOS. But it is still available on the PlayStation Network, can be played on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
Yes, it was sort of a maypole of controversy was Manhunt, the Daily Mail got really very sad about it, so and that alone is reason to celebrate it, I personally think. But Red Dead Redemption, I didn't realise Red Dead, because I'm a big fan of the iOS ports, and I've got all of the GTA ports, but I didn't realise Red Dead Redemption had been ported until I wrote this question. So yeah, very, very recent, but Manhunt still hasn't made it over. Bully was a wrong answer for a time when I wrote this, and then I think I switched it out for something else. So 14 getting it right, and we've got a change at the top. Lupine dropping the ball on that question, which means we're going to have a new leader. Let's reorder the leagues. Lupine getting it wrong, but saving himself from relegation. It's Conrad, Naby, me going down again. BC and JR are going back into the top league. And we've got 2 players in the bottom league, both getting it wrong. Apodo and Chelsea Berry are both going to be promoted with wrong answers, because that's how the game works. So, halfway through the final round with just 5 questions to go this game night, and Vertigo is at the apex. Oni now in second again, and Lupine slipping into third. Let's take a look at question number 6. Which of these Spice Girls albums was released first? Spice, Spice World, Greatest Hits, or Forever? Time. The correct answer was Spice. Exactly half of the player pool getting it right. 20 getting it right and 20 getting it wrong. HUDs, do you remember the Spice Girls?
Oh, I very much remember the Spice Girls. My sister was obsessed with them, as I imagine most young girls were back in the late 90s. But yes, only had 3 albums and a greatest hits, which to be honest, it's a bit of a surprise to me considering how successful and popular they were. But yes, Spice came out in 1996, Spice World in 1997, along with the film, if you remember that. And then Forever in 2000, before their greatest hits came out in 2007, to support one of their reunion tours, of which they've now done 4 in 2008, 2012 to 13, 2016, and then 2019 again, although the last 2, Victoria Beckham did not join them.
I mean, it does feel slightly excessive for a band with only 3 commercial albums to have a greatest hits album, but...
It's a bit much, isn't it? But, you know, I mean, let's be honest, pretty much every song off every album is known.
And they were bangers. They were. I will not hide my love of the Spice Girls. I thought they were amazing. I loved them at the time, and to this day, I will DJ stuff, and I will happily listen to Spice Girls tracks. So I think they were excellent. Let's reorder the leagues. Charlemagne and JR set for relegation. ABM and Prudes coming up to the top flight, and with only 4 questions left, it means those in the bottom league are going to be unable to win. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those in the bottom 2 leagues, I think, are unable to win, but you can still take part. We will still do the promotions and relegations. Let's do them now. So, you need to be in the orange league or above. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just work this out. Orange to yellow, yellow to green, green to green. Yeah, so orange league and above, hey, Pokemon Orange League, can still win. If you're in the red at this point, you cannot get to the apex, but do keep playing because pennies are available. Orange and above, looking for the win. Vertigo with the apex at the moment. Let's go to question number 7. Which book by Dame Hilary Mantel was adapted into a 2015 BBC drama series starring Mark Rylance, Damian Lewis, and Claire Foy? The Little Friend, The Secret History, The Goldfinch, or Wolf Hall? Sorry, Ape. I'm ashamed.
Shame, 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 shame.
That's for me, Ape. I don't want to give you hope and then take it away. Correct answer was Wolf Hall. Huds, tell us more.
Yeah, so Mantle actually won the Booker Prize twice for the first 2 books of the trilogy. So Wolf Hall in 2009, his 2012 sequel, Bring Up the Bodies. The Goldfinch, Secret History, and The Little Friend were all written by Donna Tartt. And yeah, when this actually came to TV, something I didn't realise, Damian Lewis is in it. He plays Henry VIII.
Yes, indeed. He's quite relevant at the moment. He's been in a few things recently. 28 getting that one right. Let's reorder the leagues. And Prudes, unfortunately, too many people in the top league got it right. You are in the position to be relegated, and we're going to have JR and Green Day coming up. It does mean Orange League can now no longer win. So after these relegations are done, if you are in the Orange League, I'm afraid you have no hope of winning. It's the Yellows and the Greens are the only ones now with a chance of finishing at the apex, which for now still belongs to Vertigo. Can he hang on to it for the final 3 questions? Take a look at this. John Jacob Astor was one of the most prominent figures to die in which disaster? The Hindenburg disaster, the Great Fire of London, 9/11 terror attacks, or the sinking of the RMS Titanic? Time. Correct answer. It was the sinking of the RMS Titanic, and Huds is going to tell us more about him.
Yeah. So John Jacob Astor the fourth, his wife has actually escaped in lifeboat number 7, but he perished when the ship sank on the morning of course, April 15th, 1912. He was the richest passenger aboard the Titanic with a net worth of roughly $87 million, which by today's standards is just shy of $3 billion.
Was rather fantastically portrayed in the James Cameron film of 1997 as well. Let's reorder the leagues, and with Oni and Lupine both getting that one wrong, you drop to the bottom of the league and you are going to face relegation. Prugs and ABME are going to come up. Let's do those switches now, and with only 2 questions to go, only those in a green league can hope to win. So that's Matt the Sprat upwards. You are the only players who can possibly win this game. As we end the question, Vertigo is still at the apex. And I have to say, just looking at the logs here, Vertigo is not wasting any time. They are right on the buzzer. Last but one question in 4.25 seconds. That last question, 1.23 seconds. So, they're quick on the buzzer. You don't need to be. Remember, you don't need to be quick. But they do seem to be on form. Let's see what question number 9 brings. Which Roman emperor is played by Joaquin Phoenix in the 2000 movie Gladiator? Marcus Aurelius, Tiberius, Nero, or Commodus? Time. Correct answer. It's Commodus. And Vertigo dropping the ball is going to fall down his league. There's 2 other players below him who've got it wrong, so he's not going to face relegation. But look at this. There's 2 players in the league below getting it right. Commodus was the answer. Huds, have you seen Gladiator?
I have seen Gladiator, fantastic film, seen it a couple of times now, but yes. Marcus Aurelius is assassinated and his position is usurped by Commodus. You may remember Commodus when they're in the gladiatorial theatre where he gives the whole kind of the thumb going round, down it goes. Tiberius was allegedly the emperor during the time of Jesus Christ. Nero had a side hustle developing crap antivirus software, also burning software and various other things. But yes, fun fact, it says here, the word fiddled does not appear anywhere on Nero's Wikipedia page.
Despite the thing Nero fiddled whilst Rome burned, that was not a thing. That's something that was made up after the fact. Yeah, Marcus Aurelius does feature in the film Gladiator. He was the older emperor, the one who was assassinated, portrayed by Richard Harris. So Vertigo's going to lose position just before the final question, and JR and AB Me are going to be relegated, but those getting promoted into the top league for the final question, Cola and Supersonic SJM. So with one question to go, it comes down to these players in the bright green league. Nando is at the apex, BC's in second, Green Day in third, Proogs in fourth, Vertigo fifth, Supersonic in sixth, and Cola in seventh. It will be one of these 7 players who wins the game. Advantage is with Nando. If Nando gets this right, he wins the game. If he gets it wrong, he's going to have to hope everyone else in his league gets it wrong as well. The final question of this evening's game night. Good luck. Widely considered to be the most poisonous extant, that's non-extinct, animal species on the planet, Phyllobatus terribilis is a type of what animal? Jellyfish, frog, snake, or spider? Time. The correct answer. It's a frog. Huds.
Yeah, the golden poison frog, also known as the golden dart frog. It produces, I'm definitely going to pronounce this wrong, produces a deadly alkaloid batrachotoxins.
Not bad.
Definitely pronounced that wrong.
Batrachotoxins, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. In their skin glands as a defense against predators, which affects the sodium channels of the nerve cells. Generally, while you can just touch it and become poisoned, the most common form is actually when a predator tries to consume the frog.
14 players getting it right, 26 getting it wrong. Nando was amongst them, as was second place BC, as was third place Green Day. Let's reorder the leagues. And we can see it's Proogs who ascends to the... Proogs, I don't think you've been at the Apex all game. That's just how this game, your luck can change that quickly. Let's do the final promo relegation just for posterity. And there is a bronze, silver and gold in this. And at the end of that, the bronze medal goes to Supersonic in third place. Second place, despite leading a lot of that final round, just letting it fumble at the end, but getting a silver medal, it's Vertigo. But the winner coming from behind with a great answer on that final question, your gold medalist and champion of Apex tonight, it's Proogs. Oh, I've got to press the button I've got to press the button 2 more times. That's to end the question. I'll try that again. Your winner is Proogs. And there they go. I fixed that bug. And he does a little dance, and off he pops. Yay! Well played, Proogs. And I can tell you, Proogs, that is your first Apex medal, first gold medal to go into your rather handsome-looking medal cabinet. Vertigo, it's your first Apex medal as well. And who got the silver? Supersonic. Well, that's going to be your first medal because I believe you're a first-timer here, Supersonic. So, yes, that is your first game night medal, a bronze in Apex. Very many congratulations to you. Is it your first gold ever, Prue? Shall we take a look? Let's investigate the medal cabinet. You have a gold in the Hive, you have a gold in the Mole, and you have a gold in Red Herrings. So it's your 4th gold medal overall. Nicely done. Huds, thank you so much for being so eloquent with your host notes and being such a wonderful pointless friend.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me back. It's always a delight to come here and join you. It's always good fun as well. So, yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's been lovely to have you here, as always. It means I get to do less talking, which is always a bonus, generally speaking, both for me and for everyone watching. Thank you as well for bringing your community, and to everyone who's come over from Huds' community. You are most welcome here. I hope you've had a good time. Thank you to all the new followers. And we say I am here Thursdays and Saturday nights at 8 p.m. So if you fancy some quiz in the future, you know where to find me. We have got one more job to do this evening, and it's the way we finish all Saturday nights with the weekend lottery draw. So refresh your universal controllers, and we'll have our lottery draw to end this wonderful day that I spent with Huds and all of you in just a few minutes' time. Congratulations to Prues, the Apex champion. It is Saturday night. We are live from the Game Night Control Center, and it is time for the weekend lottery draw. BTSQ is the code you need, so refresh your devices. Huds, do come and join as well. I'm going to pick my favorite lost numbers, 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42, and then I'm going to lucky dip for the rest. There's 40 chairs in front, but there's another 40 chairs behind the camera, so I've got room for 80 players in this lobby, so plenty of room for everyone to come and join. It's just a fun opportunity to extend your pennies and a nice way to decompress at the end of the night. Huds, yes, Huds is in as well, which is good to see. There's 40 people in so far. I'll give you another minute to come and join before we close the lobby. This is a game, once the lobby is closed, you will not be able to get in, so do come and join now. Even if you can't see your avatar, because we have now got 40 players at the front, you will be joining behind the camera and still eligible to win pennies. So do get your numbers picked. Huds, what are you up to in the next few streams? Do give us a quick bit of continuity while we wait for people to join.
Of course, next few streams. Tomorrow I will be live with Argig. We're going to be doing day 3 of our Sonic Dream Team Live Time Attack. Monday evening, we're going to be doing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, very first 3-player speedrun co-op. And then during the week, we're going to be doing more Sonic Dream Team speedrun practice as we get ready for our run at Summer Games Done Quick in the first week of July.
Lovely stuff. As for me, I'm going to be back on Thursday night with Data Leak by a Run, the final of the heats of the Drain tournament, and we've got the Purge by Dogfish. Next Saturday, we've got DEF CON by Lingo Maniac and the Music Quiz Live, the sort of once-a-year event, and that's going to be the earlier time of 7 p.m. next Saturday. Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and next Saturday at 7 o'clock. So 8 o'clock Thursday, 7 o'clock Saturday, and then back to normal, 8 o'clock for the rest of the season. If you are a Discord user, don't forget you can come and join the Persephone Shared Discord. It asks you to say a little message in the introductions, and then I'll give you the roles. It's basically a human firewall because spam bots are a thing. Don't forget you can go and catch up with any missed episodes of Game Night at persephoneshare.com/on-demand. You can go back and catch Game Night episodes going right back to Season 1 way back in 2020. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, because I have to say that because the algorithm tells me to. It's been a wonderful night. If you want to check out your penny cabinet after I have, or your medal cabinet and your penny bank after I've updated the data at the end of the stream, you can do that at persephoneshare.com/pennybank. And don't forget to drop us a follow, and we'll hopefully see you again in the future. Yes, I'm aware there are a lot of post-lottery and pre-lottery lotteries, Vertigo, but thank you for reminding me, because I probably would have forgotten. Shall I do them pre-lottery as a last opportunity for players to come and join? I've got 4 lotteries. One for Matt the Ref. I've got one for Green Day. I've got one for Proogs. And I've got one for Bass. Random pre-lottery lottery for you for Veal Success. 1916, 1424, 221 and 240. Well, it started well, and then we got a little bit of that, didn't we? And Mr. Vertigo is going for the safe road and going for the flat rate of 1,000. Let's cash that in for you. Right, I think that is probably long enough. Oh, and Matt the Sprat gifting out a sub to Karoxink. Thank you very much, Matt, for your generosity. Karoxink, welcome on into the stream. Enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. So, 48 players are in for the lottery. Let's hide the room code and let's get on with our lottery draw tonight as we start the machine. And tonight we are using Arthur and set of balls number 4. Here is what you could win if the numbers favour you tonight. Hit the bonus ball, you get 100 pennies if you got nothing else. Hit 6 numbers, you could win 250,000 pennies. And just for clarity, the top of the leaderboard this season has 55,333. So 5 in the bonus ball is going to be enough to put you right to the top of the table. I wish you all the very best of luck. Let's release those big money balls. Those from Hud's channel may recognise this machine, the one Hud's used for his random acts of kindness. This is what it was originally. It was repurposed and shipped over to Club 601, but it works just as well over there, I think. So, let's give him a good spin, and let's hope the RNG gods are with you tonight. Good luck. Let's start the draw. Oh, hello, 38s. So, cam shot there. And let's get them to settle down and pick our first ball tonight, which is number 34. 5th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 31st of January. Good start. I do not have that. As we settle again, we come in for a second number. It's a yellow one, number 48. 3rd appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 31st of January. Again, I do not have that one.
I do.
Odds is doing better than me so far. 2 more post-lottery lotteries to come in for Puzzle Dan and Matt the Sprat in just a second. Here's the 3rd ball. It's a yellow one, 46. 8th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 6th of June. I have that on 2 lines.
Not for me.
Not for Huds. 3 more to go before the bonus. Let's get the 4th ball. It's a white one, number 6. 7th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 30th of May.
My favourite number, not appearing on any line.
Oh, it's Arthur, Puzzle Dan. Arthur and set of balls number 4 is what we're using tonight. 5th ball out tonight. Oh, we've got a misdraw from Arthur. Let's give him another shake and try that again. It's going to be that pink one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Number 26. 5th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 28th of March. For those thinking I know the numbers in advance, I don't. I can just see what's roughly in the centre and what the arm is going to pick, but it is all physics generated. I've literally no idea until the ball comes out. I know a fraction of a second before you do. The 6th ball. Another white one. Number 7. 7th appearance for number 7 in the main lottery draw. Last saw it Sunday, the 14th of June. That was obviously a bumper stream. And just one more. I've got 2 on one line. 6 and 7. A bonus ball for you all. Which tonight? Another pink one. It's number 27. 5th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last saw it Saturday, the 9th of May. Those are our numbers. Let's have them once again, this time in ascending numerical order. Your winning line tonight is number 6. Number 7. Number 26. Number 34. Number 46. And number 48. The bonus is number 27. So let's take a look at some of our bigger winners tonight. Big winners on a single line. Not huge ones tonight, but we've got 5 players, getting 1,000. JR, Apodo, Lewis, Akoma, and SCR all getting 1,000 pennies off a single line. AB Me, Nando, Dogfish, Xenon, and Tin Man all getting 500 from a single line with 2 and the bonus. And to our big overall winners, counting all of your lines, Score with 1750 over 4, JR 1600 over 4, Apodo 1600 over 4, Akoma 1350 over 3, Lewis 1250 over 2, Nando 1100 over 4, and Tin Man 1000 over 3. Very well done to everyone if you managed to get some money out of Arthur tonight. I got 350 pennies, which is better than nothing. And that concludes our lottery draw. Huds, were you successful?
No, I am the nothing.
You
were better than.
Oh, I need to press the button for that.
What a shame.
What a shame.
What a shame. Yeah, nothing for me tonight.
Nothing for you tonight. Well, do stick around. I'm going to put large cam on, which means I don't think I will actually have your video there. So I might just leave this screen on afterwards, just so we can say goodnight properly. We're going to pick a raid message, and we are going to go and raid. So please do stick around for that. Thank you for playing the lottery. We'll see you after the credits. And we're going to come back to game with Cam. We'll just leave the placeholder card on the end of the night because I've only got the Ninja Cam on one scene. Well, what a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and evening we have had together. We did the Sonic Classic Remastered trilogy with live music. I'm very much looking forward to going back and having a re-listen to that. And we've had some lovely games of the Pyramid and Apex tonight. To everyone who's come to join us from Huds' community. I do hope that you've had a good time doing some quiz tonight and something a little bit different over on Huds' side. And to all of my guys who come in and week out, I hope you've enjoyed the questions this evening. And thank you for being so welcoming to all of our guests here. I've had a blast of a time. It's been really good. And don't forget that everything that is that Huds is raising over on his channels this month is going towards Bristol Pride. And if you feel you are able to donate and you would like to do that, the link is still pinned in the chat. So please do go and donate if you would like to do that. I think that's it, mate.
I think that is. Yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic night. It's been a very, very long day for me. So, yeah. Thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you for organizing it once again. Thank you to everyone who contributes, not just for tonight, but also to the quizzing community in general that allows these amazing games and amazing shows to be put on. It is a wonderful community that's always so welcoming and does some very interesting stuff on Twitch that is still, I feel, incredibly unique. It's a fun way of interacting and using this medium to bring people closer together and have a bit of fun. So yeah, please do keep it up. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to be.
Well, I'll mention that to the partner application comas if and when that such an eventuality comes around, which may do at some point. But let's not count any chickens. Let's not say anything beyond that. But I am aware that figures have been up recently, so I'm very grateful to everyone who does come and support me over here. And I hope you continue to have fun. Shall we look at some raid messages, Huds?
Let's have a look at some. Yes, what do we have?
So I'm going to do the honourable mentions, and then we'll be left with a few, which I will screen grab and send to you, and you can pick your favourite, and you can pick the winners out of the shortlist. So first of all, honourable mentions. These are going to get 100 pennies, but will not be the Raid Messenger episode title tonight. Clement, Collaborative Charitable Chaos Commences. From Fetz, the one with the speedrunner. 3 that are very similar, so I can't really condone them, I can't really separate them, but I'm going to give them an honourable mention. From Vertigo and Solar Espion, My Pointless Friend's Pointless Friend. And a similar variation, Huds is often my pointless friend, from Lewis.
Very good.
From Clement, obviously Neodymium. Green Day, 15-1 is just British Price is Right. True story. From JR, The Countback of Notre Dame. I'm going to leave that for now. And that one. From JR, My Kingdom for a Huds. From Clement, Carved Out of Cadbury Marble. From Lupine, Hi, Hrothgar. From Sooty Cat, The Vitruvian Turtles. From 8 Minky, Nirvana Give You Up. Nirvana Let You Down. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left to choose from. Which is going to necessitate 2 screenshots, Hud. So here are the first 7, if I can find you. There you are. And the last one is that one. So if you can pick a favourite, I will pick a favourite, and then...
Ooh. Okay, I'm instantly drawn to one in particular.
DM it to me, don't say it out loud,
Yes.
either who wrote it, and I'll see if I agree with you, because if we are of one mind, then that makes this much easier. Okay, not all I was thinking of, but we'll leave the 2 that we had. So
let me check. Were you thinking of the one underneath that?
I was. No, I was thinking of the one at the very bottom.
The very, very bottom.
Yeah, the second screenshot.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Right.
Well, let's go through. We'll leave 2, and we'll leave that other one as well. So, honourable mentions to SJ, The Hud Special, Sand. That Is Just Wrong, from Stimpson's Angle. I Love the Swiss, from BC. Ben Joins the WI, from Colin. No, and categorically no, from Lewis. Which leaves the last 3. So Hud's had one, I had one, and there's a last minute one that I'm coming in. The last minute one that's coming in, which isn't going to win, but comes from Oni, 3rd place tonight. Blood is thicker than Bovril. I have to defer to you on this one, Huds. I am going to give you the raid message. So the runner-up tonight, which was my choice out of the final 7, goes to Fallen Angel. I Am the Nothing. That is the runner-up tonight, 100 pennies for you. But the raid message tonight, which is going to be 250 pennies, the episode title, and a bespoke thumbnail. Huds, would you like to say it as I click the button?
Indeed, it is. Americans don't believe in milk.
And that comes from Stimson's Angle. 250 pennies to you. And the episode title tonight, Americans Don't Believe in Milk. Because, well, they just don't. So we've got the option of Spud, who is just chatting and watching stars in their eyes. Hardy Way is doing some more quiz, which looks quite fun. And Negarorix is playing Magic the Gathering. I've been threatening to raid Negarorix forever, so I feel like that's going to be the target tonight. If you're a Magic the Gathering fan, maybe you'll find a new channel that you like. So we are going to go over to Negarorix, say, Americans don't believe in milk. And that is going to wrap our stream up tonight. Thank you once again to all of you for coming out. Big thanks to Huds and his community for coming to support me over here. I hope that we've been able to contribute in some way to your wonderful endeavor this month. And we will, of course, see you. I will see you over there at some point in the coming days. And it's always a pleasure to have you here. And until next time, when you've watched Lord of the Rings and I've watched Sonic, and we can have some questions on that and we can quiz each other.
Fantastic. Thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Well, that's it then from me. I'm going to be back on Thursday. Huds is going to be back tomorrow. And until next time, you have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care. Peace out and good night.